bottom 8, as I've kind of lovingly branded the not so great 8, and they have to have their second qualifying run in order to get a final spot in the 32, top 32. So we take 32 drivers into tomorrow's competition. There's our case of success. Obviously, we're talking about that nice initiation. Get out to that second outside zone. Fill all of it. Momentum. Bring that momentum outside of that.
Yes, sir. We're live right here. So we got my guy Alexis King here as always. We're gonna be for guys that tuning in. We're gonna be running through the watching the FD. This is FD Atlanta, correct?
Yeah, this is Road Atlanta round 2.
Round 2. So I think we just got the I think Carney just went out. So FD Atlanta, correct?
Yeah. Who?
Dean
Dean Carney. Bro, I don't know why in my ears I heard the communist just went out. I was like, what?
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I mean, this is one thing we said we're going to do before. You know, we got the FD stuff going on right now. Lex happened to have time. I got time. So we just going to run through this and everything. So we just run through the qualifying and everything. Masayama just went up. We're not doing play-by-play, but we just got it in the background while we chat, man. So anyway, Lex, man, what's been going on since the last time we talked, man?
Engine blows, engine rebuilds. Yeah, everything's happening. It's fun though, I guess, and we're getting everything repaired. So I ain't mad at nothing.
Cool. Engine blows on a bike, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd already, I guess, hurt the apex seal. Car ran fine still. It just idled weird. But that's refreshed and done. I just haven't gone and picked up the car yet. I'm gonna test it before I bring it home. And then the engine blew on the R1.
Yeah, I seen that.
Man.
What was the situation that brought that about?
Got a tune from Superbikes Unlimited, and they sent me a tune, which it's really tough because it's not like they send you a spec sheet of what was done, what was changed, and your, whatever else is going to be the information. So I go put it in, I run it, 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. Motor was down on power, and when I looked back, it was smoking. Put it up. My homeboys got a shop, took it over there. They pulled the motor open, melted piston 1 and 2. Partially 2. Piston 1 got melted, the heat came through, bled through the head gasket, started to melt 2. It was literally just too lean. So they ran, apparently, he showed me, he opened up the tuner because they're about to reflash it and tune it. After the rebuild, we're not running that tune. It's obviously dangerous to the bike. And plus it felt slow as shit, yo. Like I was riding, that's how I knew it was, Anyway, I was riding it like, dude, this bike feels slower than stock. It was, obviously. It was just too hurt. So I was thinking maybe timing did some detonation, but as we opened it up, took the spark plugs out. Spark plugs was white as shit. And yeah, the way that it burnt up, he was telling me that's common from seeing it run too lean. So just rebuilding it. They're gonna retune it. He showed me on the tuning software that you can tune the delivery on each cylinder. So he said what he thinks happened is just maybe the guy was flying through drag and drop on all the tunes, and he accidentally did something, maybe put timing values in on fuel table values, and it was completely messed up. A lot of guys, and multiple people have said this, guys that build, guys that always mess with them, they were wondering if it was piston 2 and 3, which is center. If it was center, they would have been like, oh, the bike overheated and it didn't show you anything, and that's what happened. But that wasn't it. Also, there was no detonation evidence. We thought maybe the injector got clogged because, you don't want to blame people.
Right.
And we just want to find out, all that's going on. So there was no clogged injector, etc., etc. So then when I just send these people now, this is why I'm saying their name, Superbikes Unlimited. Because then when I send them the information and the photos, then they either blocked me or they're just like, fuck you, and not responding. So All right, cool. No big deal. I'm going to figure it out, but I'm going to let people know. Don't fuck with these people. But anyway, look at Essa laying hella smoke and killing his bumper.
His bumpers, front, rear. He don't give a fuck, man.
You got to run it, man. After you come down that hill and commit, you in it.
He's got to drop that bumper. That could hurt him.
Yeah, it's really cool because, you know, this used to be the start of Formula D seasons, and it also is the longest ran, or this round right here, this venue. This is the longest ran one, I think, in the series.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm definitely, like I said, I mean, I've been, you know, while we watching, I was just at the track the other day. There was an event going on, and pretty much, man, like, you know, I was telling my wife, man, I got to get back out there, which, you know, I did shit. I was at it in the last week. I've done three drift days, you know what I'm saying, and already, you know, back in it. I got the 33. I just actually blew the turbo. I swapped it last night. It was a stock turbo. So I got another GTX 3071 coming. So that's a new billet ball bearing, new technology, but it's a bolt-on turbo. But they go to 650.
Right.
So that's more than enough. You know what I mean? I can beat the shit out of it. So anyway, I was, you know, back when I first started drifting, I had the nylon. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the RB25 turbos, but they had a ceramic wheel.
Yes.
Then they cheaped out and went to the nylon wheel. The nylon wheel was like is cheaper to produce. But you know what I mean, when I first started drifting, I was drifting with that one. And now, you know, my skills are way up. Like I blew that turbo up in 2 outings. Like it disintegrated.
Now do they blow because of the old fractures or anything?
They ain't meant to be. I mean, I'm doing 2 straight laps just
just hammered on them constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. That motherfucking turbo, like, dude, like I'm not supposed to be up here for I'm not supposed to be at 7,000 RPMs for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, on the load.
Essentially, I did a couple. So anyway, I had a ceramic wheel one sitting and the shop threw that on last night and everything. So I get the joint from Alan. But yeah, man, like I said, it just feels good to be back in a capable drift car, man. And so we got the DLZ lining up here. And this is cool to see, man. People like, you know, soon just because he went to the RTR, it was gonna be instant, you know, results. It's gonna take time, man.
Yeah, he's got to learn to drive it. Like, what I would like for him to start doing is flicking the angle quicker. This handbrake drag, slow rotation, like, see all of that? Those corrections coming out of the outer zone too. Or we'll say 1 because I don't think they're using the entry going down the hill. Yeah, that's fair run, 72-ish.
Yeah.
That's about 72-ish.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna do good during competition though. He should do better.
Yeah, a lot of guys. They were saying that too. Like a lot, they trying to get. It seemed like the last time they were out there was like they want to get guys to throw down like, you know, full runs in the in qualifying, because guys are like just phoning it in to kind of get in the party, and it's making for like a lackluster type of, because some people will rate the main event based on qualifications.
Yep.
Yeah, qualifying is like, man, it's gonna be driving like this, and then, you know, of course, guys come out and they really throw down, you know, where it counts. And I mean, so it's the strategy. They're not, you know, some guys, you know, is public knowledge that some guys will qualify lower, and use that strategy, even though they know they can drive better than that. Use that strategy, and for the guys who don't know listening, the brackets are made up based on like your lowest and your highest qualifiers. So they'll take, like, on correct Lex, they'll put number 1 against number. You know, it's kind of, it's weird. It's weird. I don't. Have they always done like that? They put the number 1 against. Okay.
Yeah, so the top 16 format basically is top tier, lower tier, essentially.
Right. Right.
1 through 16 on one side, 17 through 32 on the other side.
You got 80 on there.
Oh, he got an 80. Kyle Mohan did better than that, and they gave Mohan a 75.
Oh shit, man! Our boy would come in like, hey, man, Adam LZ, man, he be doing.
Yeah, you should pull a dude up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I guess he'll, I hit him. He contacted me back, so we'll probably get him on, man. If anybody don't know, there was the dude. His name is Chris, and he kind of went on a rant about LZ at the what's the clutch kickers or whatever.
I don't know if he did or not because he didn't complete a whole fucking thought.
Well, what I want to figure out is what is he a driver? Is he a crew chief? Like, what is your? Because one thing when I get him on the channel, I'm going to bring it up is why does he have in his about section like he has the names of all of like the top. Like I was like, what are you doing here?
I did the same thing. We probably did the same research. Yeah, I went to look to see what he does, if he drove or if he is a driver. Apparently, all he does is try to ride up YouTubers.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong. Cause I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll make comments and people go to my about like, oh fuck, he's doing shit. You know what I mean? They go to your page like, oh shit, he's doing shit. So when they click, if we comment something on somebody else's shit, and then they click on your profile, most people have 0 videos. You know what I mean? They just got a wish comment to comment. When they click on somebody else, then I get, oh man, I didn't know you here. Like, yeah, man, YouTube ain't got no borders. It's like,
Red Dan actually did pretty fucking good. He didn't fill the full zone. Right?
Yeah.
He moved to Florida recently, or is in the process of moving to Florida.
Where's he from?
California. Or he's not from Cali, but he lived out here in Cali. But I don't know. That run's pretty good. If they gave LZ an 80, he's got to get at least an 80 for this. His flow was good, a lot of smoke. I'm kind of interested to see what they give him because that was a pretty good run from Dan. Dan historically,
like about 82, 83.
He historically does not do good in tandems, so we're kind of going to see the best Dan that we're going to see right here. But.
Hey man, you see, so what's up with the Lewis stuff, man? I mean, I kind of woke up to that.
Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah. So they can't wear jewelry or what is this about, man?
I mean, we know that.
We got 80. Yo, we got 88.
Okay, that was pretty good, dude.
If we got 88, then what's the top score? Like 92 or something like that?
Yeah, they're up there. Matt Fields. I think it's Matt Fields and Well, Chelsea Denofa.
Okay. Who historically does well on like at Atlanta, man? Because like I said, I just kind of picked up last year. So who's the guy that
Odie, Vaughn, Matt Fields, Turek, and Forsberg. Literal gonna go.
Yeah, you got a bunch of people standing around the car, so.
I know, huh? I mean, I still need to see Literal put something down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I just want to see him do well because he's a cool dude, and then of course he's rocking RB. But is this? I mean, it's one of those things we were just talking about it, man. What was it? We were just talking about it at an event down at the BC. I was chatting with Matt Hagen, and I ran into the Samet guy, and I brought up clutch clickers, and they were like, "Sam, man, it's like even there, you got to come with like 600-700 horsepower now." And you know what I mean? It's like it's like these cars, man, they're getting like, when you got so many bells and whistles, man, like every component needs to be on task.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to work right. And then that's kind of going on with Ryan is they got a lot of stuff going on with that car that people don't understand.
Right.
When one component is out of whack, it brings the whole car down, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that's the biggest thing, man. Like, not trying to develop it is like, solid power, reliable power, and competitive power, but also simple because you can't kind of have all of them at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like, they're saying like fast. You got to choose like fast or cheap or.
Oh, the drill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah.
Well, I can get it for you. Okay. You got the bits?
the pictures in Milwaukee.
Great run there and a great debut for a new car.
So anyway, guys, you got Ken Gucci running right there. So Ken Gucci, like I said, he was just over here a week ago, with Masuyama running over there in the FD Japan, and then also a few other guys, man. So it's kind of cool. It's nice to see that they're being able to transfer back and forth and not get held up by the stuff. So hopefully, like I said, all this Corona stuff is subsiding or whatever. But Ken Gucci, it's pretty cool, man. He's Japanese. A lot of people don't know he's been in America so long. He is Japanese. And to go back, and he's running with the Kazuma program over there, running stuff and everything. And of course, I got my guys by now in Japan, Rama and all that stuff. And I will be running FD J2 here shortly. Just getting everything spun up again, man. I did an event the other day, and looked pretty good, and got a bunch of new followers and fans or whatever you want to call it. But just kind of getting back out there. And letting people know, hey man, I'm a top driver. I'm not anybody's mechanic as far as driving. So we definitely get back out there and get it done, make it happen. And but yeah, Ken going back and forth. Like I forgot what he did in FD Japan. He didn't, he got in the top 16, I believe. But yeah, man, this is cool to see him going back. And then like I said, Masuyama's running a whole different car. So 84, so he's on the party.
Wasn't Ken judging FD Japan for a minute?
No, that was FD Japan. He was driving last week in FD Japan, but he was never judging. It was Dai Yoshihawa. Dai was judging last week or something like that.
Okay. Huh. I thought I remembered him judging somewhere. Maybe that was Malaysia. I don't know. It was one of the international FD events.
This is the Joao dude from the TV show.
That is a weird looking car.
I'm looking forward to seeing that kid, the guy that he was battling with, his buddy, the guy that won the competition. The kid that was on the hyperdrive, or he hit the Mustang.
Oh yeah, one of those shows, yeah.
Yeah, because they were like buddies. They trained at the same facility and everything. So he's gonna come over next year or whatever. But hey man, it's different competition, and so you can be the man on your stage, and that's what a lot of these guys, they're like the mans back where they're from. When they get on this stage, man, it's it's different. Everybody got the same tools. Like back where you're from, that car, it's top dog.
Right.
So, but yeah,
he pretty much blew that run.
Yeah.
Look how far off the clip he is.
Yeah. I've seen there's a couple Japanese guys that are doing that. They're going to like Mongolia and all these other places because they're good here.
Yeah.
But they're like average, and they go over there and like one of my guys, is like I don't know. I think I was wondering why he was going over there, but he's actually he's part Mongolian.
Gotcha.
So he's been going over to Mongolia and just like running through everything because of course he's a Japanese guy and living in Japan, so ain't nobody over there fucking with him. But it's like I see a lot of guys. He's like, all right, well, I can't win here, man. Let me go down to Djibouti, Africa, and run everybody out. Like, dude, it's kind of it's kind of weird, but but it's a lot of guys who go up to the thing. So when we talk about so 98. So Matt Phil got a 93.
Yeah, he's up there. It's crazy. Going back to clutch kickers because guys are taking their actual FD cars over there.
Yeah.
So
my thing. All right. So clutch kickers, man. When it first started, it seemed like it was not a fuck you to FD, but it was like kind of like here's another event avenue. We're gonna give money out and then
getting paid.
But then so was there never any tire and power limits or?
I don't think
with
so.
your run?
No, I don't think so.
That's kind of. It ain't about being fair, but it's like goddamn, dude. It's like it's like nowhere to go for the guys who don't have that cash to build the top level, top shelf cars. You know, they should kind of. I wouldn't. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't allow the FD cars in there. They're an FD already. You know what I mean? So,
bro, DeNova's Mustang, that 4-cylinder, it's 2,200 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot to deal with.
Hey, what's going on, Bryce? Yeah, man. It's just. Yeah, man. I'm like looking to come over. It's like, fuck, man. I gotta have at least. I mean, driving skill alone, I gotta have at least 780. You know, to even maintain, man. And that's like, you know, skill. I can push the car, of course, but 780 is fucking low. That's crazy now, man. Like I was like the 600 horsepower. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, man. It's turning. Does that like this is a warm up dyno pull?
Mm-hmm. I mean, essentially, people are gonna have to step up in grassroots more grassroots events. Like the event that we just did at Race Wars, that was really cool. Drivers got paid. One of the homies, actually, I was judging. One of the homies, just a fun run drift day dude, beat 3 Pro 2 cars. He had 3 cars in his bracket, and he beat all of them. Like, fair and square, too. Like, there's no, we could waver for the other dude. It was like, yo, he won.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like it's just like a whole NBA analogy, man. It's a lot of dudes that on the corners that are really, really, really good, but they just ain't put everything together, man. And it's the same thing. Some guys just ain't got the cash to travel to these events. Some guys don't want to do it. You know what I mean, for various reasons.
Right.
And just like you brought up before, like your conversation between JTP and yourself, who's like, you know what I mean, what do you really want to do with this and blah blah blah, and like, you know, this is what it really is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean, I'm doing it for this reason and promotion of the company, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with mine. It's like, you know, driving is driving or whatever, man. But pretty much, you know, like what I was just out there doing this weekend, man. It's just like, dude, I did literally 2 laps, and when I roll on the track, the whole gallery is looking at me like, oh, that's the paint. Like they looking at me like, who, like because they had the groups, right? And I roll in, I roll off the trailer, and it was expert, beginner, and intermediate. So of course I'm gonna go in the fucking expert class, but all the experts out there on the expert track, they know them, like they know who they are. So they just see Pinku style. Then I go out there from I don't know if you've seen the video, but I go out there right from the pits and rip right into it and just link 2 laps, non-stop drifting. Then I come back off the track. Then everybody's like giving you a thumbs up, and they like, oh, that's. I'm like, yeah, dude, 2 laps. It only took 2 laps to remind or show motherfuckers.
In the standard 33 too.
Yeah, and then I had like, you know, all the likes and all that shit and everything. Let me see. Yeah. So I'll definitely be out there, Alan, man. We'll be out there and everything. So, you know, I got my guy Alan Bridgemoto is at the track right now,
he's there, right?
On a live stream, Inception, and so it's whatever I do when I come up to the States, definitely going to involve Alan on the East Coast to Midwest, and then of course if I go to West Coast, I'll definitely be linking up with Lexus to get the support I can get over there. But my thing is just different as far as the my goals. I mean, of course I'm gonna go out there and do my thing, but it's one of those things, man, where now you just gotta have even just having that 33 at 280, 290, 300-ish horsepower. Is much more like equipped than the cars I was driving over the last 5 years just to slide. Like I said, I brought up the RX-8, which the different class of vehicle, and then like I had the Chaser and stuff like that, man. So definitely, man, you need a capable car because you don't want to be. I mean, everybody out there who's driving right now, if you put them in a shit car, man, skill is not gonna make the car look but so good. You gotta have the proper tires, proper alignment, proper power to really put it in there, man. And there ain't no worse feeling than being a good driver in a really shitty car. And then you gotta come out. Yeah, you gotta come out the track like, nah, man, because of this, and this. And I got tired of doing that, so I just kind of stayed away. But anyway, man, like I got the 33. Alan's gonna hook me up with the GTX 3071R,
Mm-hmm.
So the power's gonna be cool. Engine's already good, and I'll be able to rip practice, and then of course I got the S13 and S14. So, but anyway, out there, man, the guys listening and watching, man, just do your thing, man. Like, the social media shit is easy, and I mean, I fell victim to it too. Like, man, fuck, I mean, I want to be out there. I want to be out there driving and drifting, and I could do that. I could do donuts in a straight line, and it's like, yeah, but you're not out there though. So like, just take care of your shit, get your shit in line, and then you'll be out there doing your thing. Other than that, trying to rush it, it's just not gonna go right for you, man.
Yeah, ain't no fucking rush. Like, yeah, I wanted to. I kind of did want to compete at the Race Wars event, but who's this? Oh, okay, all right.
Eve Meyer.
Damn.
What's that? Oh, that's nice. That was see that right there. That see how he like what you were saying. Like the guys who watching, what he just did at that clipping point where he didn't let it rotate around. He threw that bitch like right where he needed to be, and that's where a lot of guys. Yeah, where's these guys from, man?
Yves Myers.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's from, but
where he's from, like check out this going into the second right here, like bam, it's like a flick, like he didn't let it rotate around, like you let it catch up. It's kind of like a lazy style of drifting.
Yeah, quick rate to angle. That's the best looking drift.
Yeah, it is when you do it in the car, you don't realize. But like I was watching a video back, and like that quick pop around when a car is like this, you just like bam. It's like when you see that from a driver, man. Like everybody out there can do it, but of course when you're running the lines and clipping point stuff like that, it's a lot to. So people are sitting back, man. You gotta. If you mess up one part of the run, the whole run is essentially messed up. You got to hit so the Osbos and the Nofas and those guys, you got to hit everything. Your rate of angle, your speed entry. If you mess up that first entry, you're off the whole run. You're trying to catch back up. You're trying to edit while the video is playing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Yeah, you're trying to edit your run for sure.
Yeah. But again, man, hey, Alan, for sure, man. Like that's my thing. As you can see, Alan, I sold a bunch of cars, and I got the 33, a good trade. I got the G35 coming up in a week or so. Then I got the S14, S13. So I've been to be away for 5 years, and now I have like about 5 or 6 drift cars running. Man, it's definitely a cool feeling. You know what I mean? And keeping them maintained. So it is what it is on that stuff, man. But definitely look forward to getting over there to Atlanta and running. What's up?
What was that CT? Was that CT9?
CT9.
The Evo.
That was my wife. That was my wife's car, but that's mine now. I took it from her.
like a real man.
Yeah. No, I acquired it, man. I got that shit painted and everything. And what happened? It was sitting outside, and I was going to my S2000. One of the cam sensors is out, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was trying jerry rig, and I'm like, I looked outside, like, "Oh shit, I got an Evo 7 sitting out there." So I just pulled it inside, dusted it off, changed the oil, threw a sticker on there, and put it on the trailer, man.
Did you get to drive it? Did you grip it or something?
Well, I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be a mixed drift grip, but it was actually the AM session was grip, and we didn't get there to 1 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So Alan, TCM, who's in a group, he had an Evo too, so whatever, and he just he did the chase video for me. So that was the Evo chasing me on the video. But yeah, man, she ain't, man. I'm like, man, fuck them. I'm gonna put some arrow on that shit and use that shit for time attack, man. Like that car's just sitting there wasting away. So
yeah, it looks good. It looked good.
Oh yeah. It was, it was a clean car, man. Everything. So.
Man, these Supras got so much mechanical grip. Matter of fact, everybody does. Like we were talking about the clutch kickers. So yeah, you can go show up with your 255 tire, 400 horsepower car, running up against 315s, 700, 800 horsepower car, and they weigh about 2,700 pounds.
Yeah. I think it seemed like it's a good deal, man. But at the same time, man, they just need to. It should be classes and everything, because it's just not. It's man, it's gonna put a lot of people off, because a lot of people just can't, they can't get the they don't have the resources or they don't want to, venture out and get help and assistance for that stuff like that. So it's always going to put them at a disadvantage. And again, when I heard of clutch kickers the first time, I thought it was like a, not a lower tier drifting.
Right.
Still fun, same capable drivers, but at the same time, so it's going to be like that. But with the technology and everything, what's happening, man, the links, Haltex, and all that stuff is actually helping the cars last a little bit longer, like you mentioned with your bike right there. I mean, just a simple calibration or a simple little bit too much timing at one point, melt the piston. You run lean, the cylinder gets hot, pistons melt. I've melted some pistons of my own, not any customers, luckily, but I definitely had some situations where I was running too much boost and not enough fuel. And everything. So we got the guy JTP coming up. See what he's gonna do.
Let's see what Dustin does.
Yeah, for the guys that don't know, this is
I'm a predisposed. Quick rate to angle, big throttle, hanging it out in zone, going up the hill. Let's see. Oh, that's a slow rate to angle. Justin changed his style up.
He's been
good right there. There goes the rate to angle. Now going up the hill, always my favorite part. Skip the wheels up the rumble strip. Got out there. All the way out there. Looked like it was about to spin, but that man got a ton of angle on that car. That's pretty solid. Run it out. 88, 87, 88.
That's up there. That was a pro. That was a top shelf run right there. But you could tell, right? It's like he almost like right in mid drift. He's like, let me pull the shit back a little bit. Let me dial it back a dash, because he's
Look at that.
He's a wild.
Full big, fill the zone sideways, about a foot and a half off the clip.
That again?
Foot and a half
guys
off the
watching
clip
it
there, in the full zone up the hill. In the zone a little late, but he filled the most of it, and he was deep in it, on clip. Nice transition, inner clip going down the hill, and just flat out. Boom, there's that inner clip. Seems a little off because of how far that clip's sitting in the dirt, but that's why I say not like, it's like an 80-something.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking run. Look at that. God damn.
Yeah.
Look at the angle, too. Boom. That shit is pointed the other way, son. Now,
I'm mostly about 80, 89.
Between
89.
Matt Fields and Denofa, the reason Matt Fields is ranked higher, scored higher, is because he had more angle, more style. So, Justin's run is going to get good angle and style for sure. So we just see where they place him as far as line and the clipping points. I think minimum 88. We've historically got him in the 90s.
Whoa.
The bottom's cut off. I can't see it. What's that?
84.
84.
Yeah.
21 on style. 27 on angle. Were they judging him coming down the hill?
I don't know, man. I just think like probably that back one where you said he kind of like filled his zone a little bit later, maybe on that one. But the that's all right. So 1 second, guys. I see a little connection right there. He'll pop back in a second there. So we got the
line and angle.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, we back. He kind of cut out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Overall, man, like it's just even at the track this weekend, man. Like it was a bunch of new guys there, right? Who had I had what I had. I still was doing my thing out there. But it's like a lot of the new cats, man. Like it's something. Well, it looked like everything is going higher as far as price and everything. Things are becoming better because you got what I was saying before, the better ECUs, which are allowing out the box like. I know for a fact because remember I did that video at Tsukuba with the Subaru.
Yeah.
That was the base map, by the way. I didn't tune it.
The Tsukuba with Subaru, yeah.
Yeah, that was the base map. That was a base map. Even though like it had stock injectors, stock everything, so it kind of worked out for me because I didn't have anything like I didn't have upgraded turbo. And it was the boost levels where I think it was like maybe 12 psi. So yeah, man, that was a base map, man, and I out the box. I adjusted some AFRs and that was it. And I went to run multiple laps and, beat up multiple cars. So the ECUs are actually a lot safer now, which means you could do the most sooner. You don't have to have multiple tuning sessions. So that's all of them: ECU Masters, Link, Haltech. You know,
and they do auto tune, right? They do auto learn, I should say.
Yeah, you can do auto learn if you got the wideband in right. They could do the auto learn, which is it's you know, and then you got this function on which comes the auto tune, which you don't want to really do that too much. But if you don't have a tuner around, it's just making the stuff easier to get the cars going sooner. So now guys can take a big turbo, put it on a 1J, 2J, and their cars are listed at a different level. But what I'm seeing now is what I've seen this weekend. There's a bunch of cats out there with 1J swaps now here in Japan. Blah blah blah, and they're timid. They can't really push the car to the max, so they need to be in a 33 I was driving. I'm pushing that bitch to the gills, and they're like they're barely driving, and it looks cool because everybody when I come out the track and they go see it and the hood is popped, they see that little ass turbo and they're like, oh fuck man, how the fuck are you? I'm like, it don't matter, you know what I mean? As long as that shit spin wheels and makes it makes over 200 horsepower, make it happen, man. But and also we're not MSP is not Atlanta, so let's keep it real on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I mean? That thing wouldn't do shit out there. And I mean, I could drift it out there, but it wouldn't look glamorous like, you know what I mean, how JTP just look with a bunch of white smoke. It'd be like it'd be looking like back in the day and shit. You know, back in the day when they were slow drifting. But the let me see what we got right there. So yeah, Field is still up there. I don't think nobody's gonna knock that down.
Sharpen's here down there, top 20.
So you got Horse up there.
Incomplete there by.
Yeah, see, and what's dude's name?
Haven't had 32 drivers yet, but again.
God damn it, I forget his name, but he had the Cadillac ATS.
Nick Novak.
Hull.
Tyler Hull. Yes.
Yeah.
So we got the vet, and he ran his vet at Clutch Kickers last week. So he's gotten more than enough seat time in that thing.
Oh yeah.
In real competition, so hopefully he should do fantastic.
Yeah, he looked like instantly better in that car, man. Like I mean, it was cool, like the CTSV, man. Like, you know, and I see it's about to get sold again. Those cars like that it's cool to you know what I mean, to have those cars, like you said in there, man. It's just like he spent so much time trying to develop for that car, and then the byproduct of it is you don't see any other CTSVs out there drifting, so nobody's like, hey man, let me get the knuckles, let me get this, let me get that from you.
Right.
You know, so it's one of those things, man, where you kind of, it sucks, man, but as you can see, the BMWs are taking over, Corvettes are taking over. It's like, you know what I mean, the combination of what it is, it's like it's weird, you know. It's S chassis and something. It's a BMW and something, or a BMW and LS. Then you got the Mustangs, got their stuff in there. So it's kind of like it's setting the trends of what's going to be reliable. Then of course whatever goddamn Papadakis want to run, it's going to be competitive because it's Papadakis.
Right.
You know what I mean, so they can run whatever they want to run because they have the backing, the pockets, and you know the all the tooling and all that stuff, man. So it comes down to, you know, tooling and what you got. And that's the separation now. So you can clearly see who has more support now than who doesn't. And that's going to play. And again, it's not skill aside. Everybody on that track can drift. And I guarantee you 90% of the people in the crowd can drift as well. You know what I mean? But it's just who has the backing and who has the support to make it all happen, because there's a lot of stuff that has to go right to do well. So we got no back with a 77.
77.
Still in there. Yeah. So like, oh, this man is like, as long as you get some points in the board, it's like you're almost. How many drivers? Do you know how many drivers are there today?
I don't know. They didn't say. And I didn't check any other information, so I don't know. But I do know that last round they had like 36 or 37 drivers. So
because I was looking at it, I mean, it's not like, you know, I know what I can do, so I'm looking at it. You know, it's one thing to, you know, me, Lex, look at it and say, yeah, I mean, I could do, like, we know what we could do behind a wheel, right? So I'm watching FD J2 and I'm like, bro, I need to, like, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, they just like, they were like trying to be so, they wanted to, I guess the crew chief or whatever was like, hey man, just get some points on the board. And they were driving like shit. You know what I mean? They were driving really bad. And I'm like, dude, nah, man. Like, that's like you ain't got no practice at all on the track. So, anyway, with that, I mean, yeah, dude, I'll be fine. I'll be fine, man. I'll be fine there. Get the points up and then do my thing. But the got Power right there, another one of my podcast guests, Mike Power.
Yeah. See what old Mikey does.
Looking for that Rookie of the Year.
Kind of shallow, but he's on the inners. That car looks so good, dude.
Yeah.
That's
one thing,
confident run.
Yeah, that's a confident run, man. Yeah. It's I hope them seeing Matsuyama and Wichita run back and forth, man. Some guys, if they can do it, like it's weird. Eventually, I know depending on his program and everything, probably not, but it'd be cool to see like LZ over there running like a FD Japan round because they got the funds to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like you got a bunch of other stuff going on, man. So them seeing Gucci go back and forth, Matsuyama's running both FD Japan and FD USA. So that's pretty cool to see. He got a program at FD and two different things. So it's like what he's doing, man, is he's getting seat time in competition. He's maximizing, so everybody knows who Matsuyama is now. You know what I mean? So he's maximizing seat time, maximizing eye time or whatever you want to call it, man. So people are seeing it, man. So you just gotta with this stuff, man. You kind of just gotta get out there, man, because people will see, and then, man, it'll play into like you're running your social media and all that stuff, man, and get the money up and do whatever, man. So it's more ways to make money than the traditional ways. Like I was watching motocross, one of the dudes, motocross. It's like the top teams and everybody else. So the one guy got OnlyFans chick to sponsor his joint, but that shit took off, man. Like it just like everybody like got a bunch of followers and what I mean, her shit went up and she kicked him cash and everything, paid for his round.
What's hilarious? Because I don't know if this is real or not. Because Josh Heron be joking like a motherfucker, but he has OnlyFans on his helmet, on his AMA bike. His Moto America bikes. So he's got what seems like some kind of OnlyFans partnership. I don't know if that's for OnlyFans, the business themselves, or an individual performer.
You gotta be probably individual because that's what I'm saying. The chick, it was a joke, and then she was like, "No, I can really throw you some cash, like throw my name and shit
wild.
on there." Then it turned into like they did a photo shoot together.
That's
and then, like,
wild.
Yeah. Saying nobody, and they were like, man, the AMA is gonna be like, hey, you can't do that because we gotta be a good Christian, family oriented. Like it's fucking dirt bikes and jumping shit, man.
With dirt bikes, jumping shit, tattoos, alcohol, and and bad bitches.
So it's, man. So they got is this the
Forsberg? No, that's not Forsberg. That's what's his name in the Aston
Martin. Yeah, it looked a lot smoother this week.
That's a lot more speed and just wide open. Darren Kelly.
Yeah. It looks good, man.
That's a solid, good fluid.
Oh! I knew that was going just from its transition. The lack of transition from that inner clip going to the exit, that's what we're talking about. You have to do the whole fucking run on point because the lack of that transition put him in the dirt. Basically zeroed that whole run. They might score it because they might call it.
It was just two off.
Yeah, but they might call it past the finish line. I got to see on the replay.
Yeah. I bet. Alan, because this sounds dope. If it sounds dope on your little headphones I got on right here, I guarantee that thing sounds.
Look at that lacking track. Look at that shit.
How many?
No, just one.
It was just one off.
So he's gonna score. God damn. But yeah, you cannot be lazy on that transition. You got to put that car almost backwards, meet that inner clip, and run up the hill.
Yeah. What's going on, Carlos? That's VIP Savior up in there. But the man, it looked. But I remember he had the binding situation. I'm pretty sure. I mean, that was a big 2-3 weeks since Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big. So they got it looked smoother because I remember on Long Beach his wheel was It was just like locking. It was locking. Like,
on control arm, like with contact. What did he get? 75.
Yeah. 75.
They gave him a 75.
24th position. You want to be 28th or
He's in the show though.
He's in the show, but I'm puzzled with what they're doing as far as
scoring.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was watching FD. I was watching FD. Was it? Yeah, the FD J2. I was watching that on the way down to TwitchCon before the tire blew, and man, it was like goddamn 15 incompletes. I'm like, god damn, man, it's like you just gotta get 10 on a board and you'll get in. So it's but man, like I say, man, it's just watching that and again knowing my skill level and being realistic with myself. All I need is a capable car. I mean, which I can make that myself, and it's just they're there, and a lot of guys are just timid. I'm like, bro, do what again. I know everybody there can drift, but when it comes down to the line, there's something that happens to some drivers, man. Jeff redeemed himself last week. Wasn't too good for him.
Jeff's got a hammer to throttle. Look at all that damn smoke.
Yeah.
Damn, look at all that smoke. Now, you see his angle. Now, watch his angle. And watch his angle score.
Lazy trails. Nice job by Jones. That was really well done.
Nice.
When he comes down
pretty aggressive right there.
Oh, yeah. Don't nobody want to go into that wall like that. I've seen, what year was that? 2016, 17? Somebody, matter of fact, was that Kyle Mohan that did that? It might have been. Kyle just backed the car into the wall going up the hill, dude, and made his shit a goddamn Jetta. I mean, a Golf, a GTI. Fucking slam. Boom! Pulled back in, pushed all the way into the back seats.
Come on, like off what?
Coming right here, lazy transition and not going up the hill on throttle. Fucking back off that track if you had speed going across it. Back off that track, boom.
Man, it looks good to see people out there again, man.
Oh yeah.
It's weird, man. Because I remember, like you see a video from like back in '99. It was like, man, back when nobody knew about none of this shit going on, and it was like, still the '90s, and shit was wild, and I mean, you could still get an extra large soda from McDonald's and shit and everything. It's like now, it's like, man, it's like, so man, again, man, we 3 years into this shit, and it's look like it's subsiding, man. But it's just nice to see, I mean, stuff getting back to normal stuff, man. But I mean, somewhat. So I'm just looking forward to coming over there, doing the thing and everything. Business is business, but
look at his lane, look at his angle.
Yeah.
That was not more than JTP. That's wild. Yeah, see, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it. But I like this qualifying system. You can one and done it. You're not going to get any better than your first run. Kind of put it off.
Was he the last driver? Was he the last driver, or he got more?
I think there's a few more. Well, let me check.
Yeah, so 37 drivers, man.
37, yeah.
Yeah. But then, man, I was like saying, but even in FD WitchCon, there was a lot of incompletes, man. The Taguchi wasn't there last week.
Yeah.
Toyota 86, regardless.
Backing it in a little too much, too long.
Yeah, he was holding the e-brake a long time.
Long time. As much tire, fill that zone. As much tire as they got now, dude, the speed scrub comes immense once you're sideways.
Yeah, I was just talking to Twan about that. I was like, because I was drifting out there on some 215s. Just I had laying around brand new, but I was like, I'm way too fast for 215s. Like even 225s, like it's weird how. But that's a nice thing, man. When you get to that point where like you're overdriving the gear you have. Like so many people don't ever. They just go straight to like beginner drifters trying to run 255, 265, to whatever. It's like, man, you can't do that out the box, man, because you'll never get up to that. You'll never get up to that speed. You'll never realize when you're sideways, that big contact patch you got now. You know what I mean? That's bigger than the 225. You got 285, 305. Like that's a big. You know what I mean? You get a lot of that. Then that lateral, your lateral. Because I was right behind Twan, man. I was already turbo was already kind of going out, so I was backing up. But like he had 230, 235s or 245s. But like while I was spinning it, I was just kind of in place going, but he was like accelerating.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's you start blowing the tires off, and other dudes start accelerating. It's like, shit. And you're trying to modulate throttle to pick up some speed, and it's
like they weren't my record. So they were 595s. So I would normally run if it was RSR Pro, then it would be cool because it's sticky and they're wider.
Right.
But I had to. It was like, man, I can't even practice on 215s no more. It's like you gotta have like at least 235s now to practice because this is way too narrow a tire for that speed and that angle now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, because there's really no way to get forward bite.
Yeah, none. You literally have to slow down to let the wheels like catch up.
Yeah.
The wheels like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, I'm not ready for this shit. And you're trying to give grip, go sideways. You know, you're trying to do too much on the 215, man. It's like I'm not built for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're trying to do too much, man. So. But yeah, I'm working on the thing with It's no secret, whatever. I'm working on the thing with Good Ride. So Good Ride is the.
This car is ugly, dog.
Yeah.
God, it doesn't look good. It's cool, but it don't look good.
But that's a man. Again, it's different. Being different is cool, man. But like, bro, like that's a lot of money being different. You can get no results in that car, man. Like I would. Yeah. Everything, do what you want to do, whatever. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like, man, you can. Yeah, man, it's just, yeah. Well, let's see. Maybe this is gonna be the breakout run.
I hope
so. For the last 3
years,
years.
Do good. The majority of the time, it was his
the last 3 years, like catch on fire or.
Oh yeah, he's had some calamities, but the majority of the time, tire, the wheel too big. So, oh no.
One gun style. It's very different than I thought.
Okay, is he warming tires? Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's had tire complications because of the wheel size and sidewall not getting enough bite. So, there's a lot of things trying to develop this. He's the only one. Well, Daigo's doing a lot of gnarly shit, but.
Yeah, but I was talking to somebody about that. Daigo's is in a one of the class where I've already won enough shit where I'm just gonna have fun now and do whatever the fuck I want to do. Mm-hmm. And like you say, he just lost last week to a 12-year-old. He was like, he didn't care.
He didn't.
He trained the fucking dude. So like a student beat him.
Look how soft and heavy it is. No angle, no angle, no angle, no angle. Boom. Enter clip. No angle. None. Correction and bobbling up the hill, extremely shallow.
Guys, we're not, my one listener, man, we're not hating on the guy because he's in a Ferrari. It's just, it's a lot of money to not have, when you got a BMW E36 up there looking way better with the LS in it. You know what I mean? It's like, you got money, obviously. You got a Ferrari drifted, but it's like, man, that's a lot. You coming from Italy and a Ferrari, and it's not really.
He just gathered angle right at the top of the hill. He should have had angle coming through outer zone.
Yeah, Carlos, man, this guy. I met this guy. He's depending on who you talk to. Some guys had some shit encounters with him at a BC because he was running with Team Orange.
I was about to say Team Orange Frederico, right?
Yeah. So he kind of. When I met him, he was cool, but I guess he was like, told some guys to get away or something like that, or whatever the situation was. I don't know, but guys just told me the story, man.
Yeah.
Alan says he's better off for the Alfa Romeo, but yeah, man, it's just a lot of money, a lot of car to get subpar results all the time, and he just never looked good. The car has never looked good. Between catching on fire that one season at Long Beach, and he was done that whole season, I think. And then,
yeah, I like the concept.
Fuck, man, I get a fucking DeLorean, man.
You might as well, fuck, and just score 88 all day in qualifying.
Yeah, hey, man, he got 79, so he's in there.
Oh yeah, he's in there. He makes a run. He's good money. Ryan Literal got an incomplete, I think it was, that I saw.
So that was his first Was he second or first runs?
These are all first runs.
Oh shit! So we got another.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
You're gonna see guys that don't choose to go, but then you're gonna see guys that need,
Which pretty much is the top 5, or top probably Denofa and WitchCon for sure.
I don't think the top 15 dudes ain't gonna change. They're not gonna run them because remember you can't score anything better than 25th after this.
Okay.
If you go in the next round, the highest you can get is 25th.
Got you.
So, just guys that have scored really low, that are under that 25th.
No, Carlos, we've been rocking with this Ferrari for like 3-4 seasons now, man. Oh, it's just under the. I knew it was gonna happen. I seen that. I knew that was. You see that it was stuck under his left wheel,
under
right
his
wheel.
front tire. Yeah.
That happened. I was pitting for Andy Gray one time, and that happened. Dude, his side skirt came off and went under the wheel, his lead wheel towards the thing, and it slid out.
Dude, it's Super D round 1. I had clipped a cone.
Guys, check this out, guys.
Yeah, he's gonna get the cone under the wheel. Binks.
He was already too much, and then right there he couldn't bring it. It was sliding. It was like McDonald's tray.
Yeah, exactly.
You put the
But Super D round 1, I was sliding around. I hit a cone, and I didn't know what happened. But the cone wasn't stuck under my car. My splitter, those little Origin canards, the splitters under there, it broke its mounting points, and stuck under my wheel. So I had fiberglass skids on my lead wheel the whole way around. And everywhere I steered, I couldn't get it off. I only had one wheel steering. I came in 4th that round, or 3rd. I think it was 4th. But, I couldn't steer the car because I had a canard under it. And I didn't notice that until, we lined up for the finale, took pictures and shit, and my damn splitter was under my tire. I was like, Lord God, no wonder.
Yeah, Carlos Mac Drift. I've definitely done that shit a couple of times, man. Last time I did it, a dude, his e-brake locked up, and I didn't know how to unlock it.
The button.
No, his fucking he locked it on, and it had a DA Integra, and his stepdad had come out there and turn it back in. His e-brake was stuck all the way out because his pads were low. And when he pulled the e-brake out, it just got locked out. So pretty much the cylinder was cocked, it wasn't going straight back in. So you had to take it out and then screw it back in. This is way back when I was we couldn't get it off. Shit was just locked on the tray. But that's definitely so for the guys out there who are watching it, man, a couple guys or whatever, man, that's definitely what happened right there. That Paulo, as soon as he went on there, I seen it, man. I was like, he's done because he couldn't. He was already too much angle, and then you can't pull it back when you're sliding on nylon or whatever the fuck that is made out of. So it's like being on a snow sled. You can't. You're done. Last chance qualifier.
Last chance because
But yeah, man, it's definitely I'm just excited to get out there and just do my thing, man. And now being with the shop stuff, it's just a better situation. So we got so they say Denofa Phil. Yeah, those guys not gonna run again, man.
Yeah.
So we got up next. So, Alan, you still here, man? So we got who's this in the Super right here?
That car has been around all over the world, finally getting here. This is how our current leader and really needs to show up.
No, well, Alan, I already got my I have the S13 RB26, and then I have the S14 Kenji Yamanaka's old car, who is actually Kenji Yamanaka's son, is one of the top drivers in FD. He won FD J2 championship last year, and now he's an FDJ. So it's where I got his dad's car. So I'm gonna bring that back out of the woodwork. So both cars have to get a current cage because my S14 cage was legal back in 2014. and my S13 has a 16-point bolting cage, which is a really good cage, but it's not.
16-point, damn.
Yeah, it's a real like I say, the whole bolting thing like that's in Japan, man. These cages are different, man. They're actual rally certified and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's a 16-point cage bolting, man. But it's not legal. It has to be welding, so I got to get the welding cage. So for both of those, Alan, I got to put both cages in both of those, and I'll use the I'll probably use the S13 with the S14 being a backup, and then have both of them ready for pretty much. I'll make it for FD, lights, and D1GP, all of them, man. But yeah, I see you out there, man. How's I hope everything's going good out there, man, and you know what I mean, you got tomorrow, so they'll be out there too buying gear and stuff like that, man. So that's dope. Again, man, I got my guy Bridge Moto right here in the stream, guys. Bridge Moto, Alan Newsom over there with his cool wife Rachel, and yeah, man, they running it up gear at the track. It's been supporting guys for years, and it's just pretty cool to see, and also now to be, you know, an associate friend and all that stuff like that, man. So I'll be running it up over there with the support, like I said, Bridge Moto. Yeah, man. So it's looking cool, man. It's looking cool. Business is business. You know what I mean? I'm still open, so no complaints. But definitely, man, things are kind of lining up to get back out there and do my thing and stuff. You know.
What a great feat for him and his team. I don't think that's going to be enough for Ola to take down.
So you got there. I didn't even check the super run out, so I was.
Super did all right.
And here we go.
Yeah.
78 for Ola.
78. Ola Jaeger. He straightened up, he pulled angle out coming up the hill and stuff, but I mean, they're being very inconsistent with their angle, but whatever.
But Carlos, I did one drift day last. Well, you know, Carlos, man, over here we don't. The events is whatever, we could go every day, but I was just at Matsuri. I did an event at MSP. It was actually an event. And then I did a day a couple weeks ago and everything. So since I got this R33, I've been out there more. Tomorrow actually is Mobile Raw, but I didn't sign up in time. So and plus, whatever. So I'm not going to go to that. But everything is still kind of truncated now due to Corona. Still, so for example, MSC they're done. They were doing like 4 events the whole year, the whole Japan. So a lot of people got funding cut, and they don't want to deal with the safety precautions and stuff like that. So they just like, yeah, I'm done. So yeah, man. So but if things work out, I may be able to get some points in before the end of this season, and then I'll petition into with those points in my shop and everything. So FD Japan too, I'll be definitely running for sure next season. So again, I gotta square some stuff away for business and make sure everything's good to go.
Road to the Championship presented by Type S. When we come back, we'll be back here on track, Road Atlanta, for our not so great 8 drivers. Only 4 spots. Who's gonna make it in? When we come back, we'll find out.
But yeah, man. So what you got? What do you got coming up as far as any driving excursions, grip or drift, Lex?
I wanted to do a grip day here coming up, but I don't know. I want to drive Laguna Seca, so I'm gonna wait for Laguna Seca for the next drive. But my RX-7 is done being refreshed, so I'm gonna go do a test day here on the 22nd. And then I've got the guided pilot drift instruction school on the 29th, and I'll be driving there again. But I pretty much want to, I'm going to send Jalen out in the convertible on the 22nd while I'm testing. So he'll get to drive a little bit, and then I'm going to be testing in the other RX-7. And I hope to start getting some doors on him.
He just had a birthday, right?
Yep, 15 now.
15?
Yeah, 15 now. So I'm hope to get doors on him later this month. And then I'm going to go do some drift. Matter of fact, Shamar's out here. He's in Cali. He's on his way over
Yeah.
He's on his way over here. So I was probably going to take him out, let him get in one of the cars, and we go hit up hit up this back, bro.
He's close to you, or is it?
Yeah, he's on his way over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be over here probably tomorrow or Sunday. He's leaving Arizona now. And, yeah, we're going to just chill, do some bike stuff, and do some car stuff. So I'll probably get him in the car. Maybe if he's out here. He said he's going to hang out here for about a week or 2 weeks. We'll see how long he stays out here. But I want to get him in the car at Sonoma. So I'll probably do some drifting with him when he gets here.
Shit, man. Shit, if time allows, man. Shit, man. Get him on. Let's do a dual podcast.
Oh
again,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm in town all. I ain't going nowhere next week. I'm in town all week, man. So I can always jump in here and key it up.
Yeah, we'll jump in here. He's got his trailer full of a ton of toys. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. He wanted me to take him to the kart track because he wants to get down on the R3. So yeah, we should be doing some interesting stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of driving here in a little bit. So I'm kind of not rushing because I never want to rush anything. I already was trying to get the R1 fully completed, but I want to do 2 more track days on the bikes. I want to do Laguna and I want to do Sonoma before the season's over with. Even though season's just starting, but I just know I'm not going to do too much track riding this year because I'm going to be back on the cars.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's dope, man. Like I said, it's just cool to see his feet, man, because, you know what I mean? Like, so many people, man, when they get, like, injuries like that or whatever, they just, like, they'll be done. And he's just keep doing the same thing, man. Keep doing it and make sure he's all good to stuff. All, you know, doing it, you know, he's going to do his thing. Like I said, that's part of their life, so people not going to like what they do. But at the same time, I mean, he ain't hurt nobody, harm nobody. So.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Man's is at the house with his family, having fun, doing his thing, man.
Yeah. Is this a game or?
Oh yeah, that's a game for sure. What is that though?
You see the boys in the comments, man. They're asking about you, man.
What up?
He's in the comments there.
Oh, my bad. I was looking at the Formula D shit, trying to see what the lineup was looking like. What's the comments looking like? Hold up.
No, my guy Carlos, who was one of my Booster Club members, he was asking when you're gonna come over there and everything to Japan.
Oh God! So I guess the borders and shit have kind of opened up because a couple of my homies they done fled back over to Japan real quick. So I need to get over there. I'm gonna get over there. Shit, very soon. Very soon. Yeah. Because
so I guess I got the car. All the car got cars aligned. So you know, definitely had the cars. Bikes are dirt bikes, but got the bikes over here. I was over there playing. I was playing with the KLX 110, man. Just like doing. I did about a 5 for Willie, man. I think I can challenge Shamar now, man. With the
hey, funny shit. So I took the R6 out earlier, and because I'm like, hold on, let me make sure my wheelies is crispy. So when Shamar gets here, we go in some streets. I'll do some wheelies. Man, I pull it up, and I'm rocking it, and I rolled that joint back. Did a drop back past balance point, and I'm slowing it down, and it's like, it was hella slowing down, and I was like, I can't fucking see, man. It's like, what was I tripping on when I was younger? Like, I can't see. I'm hanging off the side of the bike, like, what the fuck? I'm trying to look through the triple trees, and I just set it down, like, you know what? I'm cool, dog. I was like, I'm too old for this shit. But it was cool to see. Like, I dropped that shit back, dude. Was slowing it down. And I'm like, damn, I ain't did that in years. But it was just like, I lost my edge. I lost my nerve. Riding by myself, you know, nobody protected front and back or nothing. And I just dropped that shit back, and I could not see. The cars was in front of me. I knew they were there. I'm looking like, let me set this shit down.
Yeah. What about that parking lot that you about maybe 10 vlogs
Yeah,
away
right
from
up
that
the
one
street.
parking lot.
Yeah, I can go there. I was there, and I was wheeling in the back, right? And I was doing slow wheelies from dead stop, touch up.
You gotta take him up there, man.
Riding. Oh yeah, we going there. We're gonna for sure go there. But as I started on the backside, and then I came back around to the front, and there was some sheriffs sitting over there. So good thing, like I was at low RPM, like and it wasn't screaming because as soon as I came around and the sheriffs were sitting right there, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gone!" I bounced up out of there.
Yeah. We got all this stuff.
But I see, Alan, you gonna get on my door in the Grip FC? I'm down. I was actually talking to my boy that has been helping me with my FC. I'm like, what do I do to the RX-8, man? Like, I'm stuck where I'm at because if I do anything different to the car, I'm in a whole nother class, which is going to put me into way faster cars. So I was like, how do we keep it Renesis and get about,
You gotta go Shamar down there.
Yeah.
Is that Arizona?
Yeah, he's in Arizona. And
Arizona?
that's essentially a fully refreshed, restored, rebuilt Banshee. So, I mean, it's like OEM fresh. So yeah, my boy is talking about trying to talk me into peripheral port Renesis on the RX-8. So hopefully I can cheat, run an exhaust that doesn't be too brappy, and make like 280, 300 horsepower out of that RX-8. I think that will be an unstoppable fucking car with 300 horsepower. I think I will be doing damage to people with a 300 horsepower RX-8.
You said Lex is the real Winky 1100. Yeah.
So first time driving Atlanta on the Falcon tire, and it feels unbelievable. It's one of those things.
The Willies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I actually was gonna load the RX-8 up, but it was the grip one, and I like ran into the wall, like tapped the wall a little bit. I didn't want to take it out looking like that.
Oh, did you bust a tail light like I did?
Yep, just like rubbed it. It's like sort of it caught the end of the tail light.
Yeah.
But everything else just ripped it out.
Fine. Oh, it just popped it out. Okay.
Yeah, popped it out of the thing, and it just broke. The tail lights are like $12 over here.
Really?
For the RX-8
hey.
stuff.
If you can get me some...
I mean, it might. Let me see.
Yeah, because I was about to say, dog, Series 2 tail lights over here are like $700, dude.
Yeah. For the RX-8?
Series 2, though. RX-8 regular, Series 1s, they got them all day.
What's a S3EP or SE3P?
SE3P. Or
SE3P.
SE3P.
Tail light.
But it's got to be Series 2.
I don't know. What's the difference?
Fuck. A whole lot. They're the full LED lights opposed to just regular. Look at Kyle Mohan's car. Fucking smoking like
so I'm gonna send you a link. So this is one I just pulled. It's like $60.
Dog, I need a driver's side or a left side. If you
check that out.
God damn, Mohan's car is hurt, dog.
So basically, the link I just sent you. Well, I'll send you the American one. You can just scroll through it, and if you see something, just email it to me. Something wrong, man. God damn, man. Is that Mohan?
Yeah, dude. Beautiful car.
Man, I feel like I know he does his thing, man. But I feel like you need to get with man Mike and have him build him a four-rotor or something,
You need
man.
to get with somebody.
Man, Mike shit goes.
Yeah. He needs to get with somebody. Okay, I see. Super Japanese site.
Yeah, it's Yahoo.
What the hell? Where's the translations?
I'll send you because that's just the app. That's the app one. So I just had it on there, but
but if you put in like 2009, 2010 RX-8 tail light, it should pop up. Because the Series 2 is a lot different. So that's a Series 1 that you see. The Series 2 is the dual ring red LEDs.
he didn't know it was going to do that, and he didn't know.
But yeah, Allen, like you say, he is looking better this year. But it's like weird that he's having. Is he running a 3-rotor or a 2-rotor?
I believe it's a 3-rotor.
Yeah. It just, I remember that one. It was just smoking a bunch, man. Like
this one is still smoking. It's smoking like crazy.
You can even, I can see the difference between smoke tire and smoke engine.
Yeah. But again, that's the same arrow. At least the front end is the same arrow I have on my RX-8. That is such a good looking car, man. But look, look at his exhaust out the hood. Every time he comes off throttle, flames and smoke. Look at that. That is an intense amount of smoke coming out that thing. And it's just like straight on the limiter each time.
I'm trying to find that joint right now. What's going on?
3-rotor big single turbo. He probably dropped oil.
They got the scraper out with the tire.
That guy's car is not healthy, dog. Me personally, cause he did not do better than he did on his first run. I would have called it a night early and been rebuilding that motherfucker before. Hopefully he didn't do any more damage. Cause he's tripping for what he just did. There was no need for him to really run again. He just caused more damage to his engine. You gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold that motherfucker, man, because obviously we know rotaries. You run the risk of fucking up how
during practice. He was talking to both Adam and Shelby.
You can't come across them. You know what I mean? And not being able to come across them is way more of a disservice than not taking your second run.
That was the second run, right?
Yeah. So he's for sure gonna have to rebuild that joint tonight. He did terribly.
But again, man, and God never met College. Seems like a cool guy. I would like to get him on a podcast, man. But he's like his. Not I've seen it with some motocross guys, man. Like they're top level, but it's like they just know they're not gonna get that top step. So they just use it to promote their thing, man. They use it to promote like whatever they're doing, and to me it seems like he's just promoting his business or whatever. Obviously, he's doing well enough to be able to go out there and do his thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he has a shop and stuff like that. So the and I said it to say, man, that's kind of my deal. Is like I'm gonna go there and do what I gotta do, but for me, I'm gonna win every round because every round I'm out there, man, there's more and more eyes like, you know. And then, like I said, let's be real, man. Like I said, I don't shy away from what it is, man. It's the factor that you don't see a lot of blackface out there. You know what I mean? Well, you don't want to see dudes in blackface driving in anything. I'm talking about you don't see like you don't see a lot of you know what I mean? You got Castro, and that's pretty much it as far as like color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not like, and again, this is not, you know, my wife's Japanese and blah, 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 and all this stuff. I'm just saying what it is, you know, you got Mike Pollard doing that. I don't know why he has his reasons for not wanting to do FD stuff, and he just kind of, he rolls in the clutch kickers realm and all that stuff. And Mike is a great guy, man. He has his own reasons for doing this, what he's going to do. I think for me, speaking on Mike's behalf, is like he don't want to have a lackluster performance because he don't have the support that the other teams have, and then have that be like, why you ain't doing good and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? You got to have that support, and that's one of those things where you find out fast that you can't do everything yourself, and that's been the biggest thing I had to learn. It's like, even though I'm good on building cars and driving, can't do every aspect of it at the race, man. You got to have a solid team. Again, that's where Allen comes in for me. When I go over there and do my thing and have a solid mechanic, you know, you just gotta be able to drive, go to the drivers' meetings and do your thing.
Yeah.
And you gotta have a solid team. Again, we go back to Essa, which he had Stanbro, and that was just an anomaly. That was not the norm.
One man army is not the norm. Yeah. Not in this scene.
So the guys don't know what we're talking about. Mike Esther won a championship with pretty much, you know, he had one one guy, Stanbro Williams, and like they, from what Lex said, they had little helping hands here and there, but for the most part, 98% Stan, doing this thing.
Yep.
And they all after qualifying, everybody else all eating steak. Stan's there, changing whatever, doing whatever to get ready for tomorrow, man. So you can do it, but it ain't feasible. You know what I mean? To you got to have a solid team, man. And I've heard a good amount of stories, and no names being said, man, where like guys got a lot of guys there at the pits, but ain't nobody doing shit. They just looking at each other like, what do we do? That's even worse than having nobody. That's worse than having like that's not good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that shit. It's tough, dude. That's a very grueling sport, bro. Professional drifting is up there. The operating cost isn't as high as NASCAR, Formula One, and rally car, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. So you do need a lot to be successful. At the end of the day, really the main thing you need is talent, but shit. When incidents happen, you got to get your shit together.
My bad. I keep fucking this up. It's S3 EP?
SE3P.
SE3P. Yeah, man. So I guess they have a timeout. So they're running back to, this is what, last year? Was this earlier? Oh, it's last year.
That was last year.
We got the
LZ S15. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, either rate, man. Like I said, it's one of those things where you just gotta get out there and everything. Once you get out there and make it happen. What's up? Got my guy Flash Horton, DJ Flash Horton. Check him out on all social medias out there. Got the good music out there and everything. So I had Flash on 2 podcasts and out there in North Carolina and everything, holding it down. So we got all that stuff going on, man. But yeah, man, like I say, Alan said right here, team produce wins, man. It's like, you see the Daigos and case in point, we ain't got to go that far. We go right in the States. RTR, man. It's their results is a result of having a RTR, Papadakis, and then you got the Forsberg MA kind of alignment, alliance there. From there it starts to like really break down to like the teaming. So you got to have the team, and then you see Papadakis is doing what Turks and correct? Is he doing
Turek, Osbo, and Castro, I think.
Right. Yeah, so all called, and it's weird. People are like, well, they're competing. I'm like, yeah, they're competing, but they still get different levels of support, within the team, and it's it's just one of those things where it's not across the board. So again, the results are going to be skewed towards those who have that full system, and it's not everybody else's fault until they put in like a, hey, you gotta have at least, until they mandate that you gotta have like this many crew, this many this many that. And if they do that, like, the season with Essa and Stanford, that never happens because they're going to be like, one guy, nah. You need 2 mechanics, you need 2 spotters, you need this. And as far as I know, Lex, can you speak on that? Is there like a minimum that you have to have to do a round, or what is it?
I don't think so.
So basically you can rock up to FD with no mechanic?
Nah, you gotta have some type of staff and support.
Right.
Because
and speak on it. Could you speak on support credentials? Though they gotta be like, well, this dude gotta know how to lease.
Yeah, you gotta have some staff. This game will not work solo driver. Back in the day, it used to. Grassroots, it kind of still does, but not that level, dog. That level is it's too much because. Think about it. Tires only last a run and a half. Guaranteed pulling tires. The cars are running through fuel. Tires, fuel, and most likely you gotta either drop the catch cans clear those out, and or top off the expansion tank. There's too much for you to do by yourself. So guaranteed, like I said, I've seen small teams work, teams of 2, teams of 3 guys. I've seen that work, and I've seen Essa do it by himself with Stan. But I don't know if Essa was putting other guys on his credentials list. Because I had seen him show up to rounds where people were claiming to be assisting him, but they definitely viewing it. Nobody was assisting. Like look at this. Look at this scene right here with Dean Carney and all these dudes all over his car. There's people. Matt Fields guys are helping him out. You know, it's too much that needs to be done. You can't do
it. That's cool too. Like those people, you know, you'll never see F1 team helping another F1 team ever.
That part,
never. Never.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Even if the stakes are high, man. It's like, man, the reason why they're helping them because like you need competition to put on a show. Like people are not going to come there to watch the same guy win all the time. It'll get boring. So like, and these guys, even though they're on different teams, they fucking know each other. They see this.
But what you're saying is the very key thing, right? That's the part. We want to compete with the guy.
Right.
We don't want a buy run. We do not want the easy route because we want to we're homies, but we want to pound you in the ground, right? We want you to step up next to us so that I can show you, sit your ass back down over there, go put it on the trailer, you're done, and I did that to you, right? Because that's kind of just what the game is. So, yeah, there's been times that we went from our car over to help Essa out, or, you know, somebody came over and, hey, yo, I really need this part. And then it's like, well, we ain't got that part, but Justin will break out the welder and say, bring your broken shit over here. I'll make sure you're good to go. You know, because guys will be like, yo, can I use your welder?
Oh, is this the one with Witchcom gave, I think his rocker or something was broken?
Yeah, he was running LS rockers in the car.
Yeah. And the Viper
LS shit works on everything.
Yeah.
But
I think they had to like shave something down. I remember this one. They had to shave.
Oh yeah.
They had to shave something down and then pop it in there and shit.
But look at that. If you got a 5-minute time limit, imagine being in your suit. And then part of the game is, right, when that clock starts ticking down, you got to be in the car with all of your gear on. The car has to hit the ground, and you have to start it before that timer stops. So, yeah, there ain't no way doing that shit solo. Grassroots, unfortunately, is getting to the point where you gotta have 2 guys with you. Guys are starting to need spotters now. Like, see, that was what was really cool about. And we probably got to get him on here about Palmer winning the Race Wars Drift event, because Palmer just came just as driver, super grassroots, right? No spotter, didn't bring enough tires, he didn't bring enough gas in his car. It was just like, I'm here to slide. And he was starting to get intimidated a little bit by the lack of equipment that he brought, and him having to do a lot of this by himself, and then watching other guys drive, and he was like, shit. When you're sitting there watching it and niggas is flying up over the hill, you're starting to think, am I doing that? But, you know, I'm telling them, like, relax, calm down, chill out. You got it. You got the whole first portion of the track, but I need you, because I was judging the event, so of course I tell them what I want to see. And I'm like, I want you to put the car here, rotate quickly here, fill this zone here, end out tight there. Now, he went home and was thinking about that all night, and then he messaged me like late night, yo, okay, what else did you want me to do? And I told him, I need you to do this, 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 and this. And then he's like, all right, cool. And when he came the next day, from the start of practice, I saw he was doing exactly what I wanted. I said, damn, hope he could do that in comp. And in comp, his runs were so flawless. They were exactly what they needed to be. He backed off of the wheel speed so he could.
God damn! You see that chick right there in the yoga pants?
That boy saw the yams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. It's there be some Yamins walking around.
man.
Yeah, but nah, he did exactly what he needed to do. Same tires the whole way through, and yeah, he ruled the day. So, you know, the shit can happen by itself at grassroots, but not at this level. Yeah. They're still cleaning Mohan's shit, so that's why they're boom.
Yeah, that was one thing too, man. You know, because you know it kind of comes down to personality. Because the Palmer guy you talking about, man, is probably like me, man. Where we don't. It's not that we don't want to help. It's just that we don't want to deal with motherfuckers being like, nah, man, I gotta watch the cats, man. Sorry. Like, who the fuck watches? I gotta walk my cats or some dumbass excuse. And it's like, you know what? To like not even avoid that. I do that, man. And like I say, just again, you know, bring up Allen again, and Rahman, and like is taking on the support from different guys. My guy Carlos, right here, VIP Saber again, man. Like, you know, I mean, I've had Carlos on the podcast a few times, and like he was like, hey man, you need this, you need that. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then, you know, I just reconsider, man. And it's not that he ain't trying to trap me or whatever. He just really wanted to see my business succeed. And there's a couple of guys like that, you know what I mean, that they know what the deal is, the business, they understand business and stuff like that, man. So you can't take the handle from everybody because everybody ain't got good intentions.
Right.
But you got to kind of analyze and sometimes take a risk on like, hey, man, is this guy going to try to backdoor me later or whatever, man? So that kind of rolled into like my thing with racing, man. Like, I mean, I went to every event I ever done by myself, man, just me.
That's how it was.
Well, sorry, but I had Alan Sega at my first pro event, and I had Takeshi fill in a couple times, but like that was, you know, other than so I would say D1, just me and nobody.
Yeah.
At D1 divisionals, now like you said, D1 divisionals when I first started, it was you and your car and your tires.
Yeah.
Now when I go to D1 divisionals now, motherfuckers got like 2-3 fucking dudes changing their tires. I'm like,
it looks like pro.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? This is divisionals.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and then every car is like at least 600 horsepower now. It's like 5 years of a lot of change, man. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I had the cat on the podcast, and I took him down there, and he was like, he was thinking his 200 something 300 horsepower was gonna be like running through it. And he got there and seen that shit, like, oh, I'm like, yeah. I looked at his face, like, yeah,
hey,
motherfucker.
Shit's real now, man. Yeah. It's very real now. It's very tough. I went from having a competitive car, and now I feel like my car is just grassroots. I could be competitive as a driver, but I know my car is gonna reach a limit if somebody has like a tire on their shit. And
it's been real.
Yeah, and they're really sending. I have to work so much harder in my car, and even that might not be enough. You know what I mean? Now this is the old layout they used to run. Sonoma, man, we be murking that shit now. We look better than the pros now.
Yeah. But yeah, man, there's so many different, like, yeah, they're getting tires. Like, if you got, like, say, it's like I was talking to Greg, man, and it's like my car. It's weird that a car that I built in 2013 is like now a time capsule.
It is, yeah.
Like it's like you got. I mean, it's like I'm running cut. I mean, I run the cut and shuts, and they do good for me because they're not judging on backies. But now it's almost like even once you start going fast, it's like you almost have to. If the guy has an angle kit and he can pull a little bit more angle out on you, you're maxed out.
Yes.
Now he's like this, and you're like this, and now he's gonna.
That's really all that I see needing a humongous angle kit would be good for right now.
Yeah.
Guys are going to drive at such a bigger angle and have such a large speed scrub now.
You have to be matching that.
Yeah.
So it's like you almost, you know what I mean? So for that, then I mean, I got my guy Stewie Bryant with the Acosta Motorsports kit. I'll be getting those and everything because, you know, again, I want to make my money count, man. I don't nothing against what, you know, whatever the fuck, all the other guys out there, but you know what I mean? Yeah, with that stuff, man. So you can still run your program the way you want to run it and everything. It's just you gotta, unfortunately, if you're gonna compete, you gotta do what the masters are doing, somewhat to have those cars up there because you can't come and compete now with a 1999 build. It's just not gonna, it's not gonna work out for you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like that's kind of my thing, man. With these instructional groups that I've been doing lately, especially being an instructor with Guided Pilot. like you may know how to drive, right?
Right.
But still come to this because what I'm doing is I'm looking at what you're doing specifically and giving you pointers at every run when you pay for the instructional group. So I'm helping you fine tune something that you're not looking at. We know everybody can go out there and slide all day and do their own thing, do whatever the hell they want to do. But the instructional is giving you more information from knowledgeable standpoint on how to make what you're doing be a little bit better, and so that you get the most out of it. Because then, you know, you're not just flailing around doing big wide things and doing that because you can't make a tight transition or the car will spin. Like just trying to give people a little bit of insight as to how to do what they're doing a little bit better, you know. And that's kind of why I'm lucky because people kind of know who I am when I'm there. But when I bring my car this time, I didn't bring my car the first time. So I just would explain everything to them, and then it'd work, and they're like, damn, you know what's going on. Okay, cool. I can trust you. So once I gain their trust, cool. But now, you know, and it's like, I don't like to, we talked about this, like jump in people's cars and go do it. I don't want to show you in your car. I want to show you how it's supposed to look. And then you come try to make you and your car look like that. From the outside, you get to watch it. You get to see what I'm talking about. Now you go do it and do it. Try to mimic that in your car. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. So I'm going to bring my car this time. But yeah, instructing is pretty cool. But I get enough fine-tuning and instructing through Jalen. So I make sure that he's good to go, and he listens really good. So
yeah, man, I'm already looking forward to the the vlogs already. You know, it's for me it's changed. Like as soon as he got on that bike, man, it's making more content easier than like when it's door to door, man. It's just gonna be crazy, man. Like it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's gonna. So I mean, as far as there's not a lot of father and son combos out there throwing it down, you know what I'm saying? And I know he's like more than ready for it. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, man. I know the content's gonna be crazy. Then once I slide up over there, man, then we can get some other stuff going, man. So you know what I mean? It's just, you know, one cool thing about all this stuff going on, like you said before, man, is before this COVID shit, everybody kind of took for granted being able to pick up and get on a plane and go where you got to go. But now, you know, I think, you know, taking the bad out of the good, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a lot more people like, hey, man, I really need to get over to Nürburgring now. I really need to get over to drive at Estonia, that one track in Europe where they got the mountains in the background drifting in the clouds.
Yeah.
I want to get over there. It's like, you know, usually like, I'll get over there eventually. Like, and not being morbid, man. This is a podcast. Who's watching drifting, so we're still doing a podcast. But a girl, man, she just passed away the other day, man. 35 years old. She was a Japanese chick, and the dude posted up, man. She just fucking had a stroke, man. 35 years old.
Bro, the dude that everybody, all the females is loving to hate because he's calling him average and shit, Kevin Samuels. He just died.
Oh, no shit.
He died yesterday morning.
That dude, I seen something about it, but I didn't, you know. Oh shit. That was
that was the Osmo you moment. Yeah, but
yeah, man, you know, I mean, that's, you know, and for you linger on there for a couple seconds, man, and then like you realize, like, you know, I mean, and that's why, you know, honestly, like speaking on that, man, I've done 3 events in the last week, man, and it's just, you know, people like, oh, man, I thought you're like, nah, man, I just had to take care of business and do what I had to do, man. It's really difficult to run a business as a foreigner inside of Japan. Not even getting into details, man. Like day by day, is people assume that you run a business, you just got tons of money and tons of time. Like it's actually the opposite.
Right.
For a long time, man. And then, like, you know, look at Amazon. Remember when Amazon was a garage with a little rinky-dink banner, and it said Amazon, and the shit wasn't even hung up, wasn't even centered. And now look at Bezos, man.
Big,
you know,
big company, still getting this bitch peeled by what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, man. Kevin fucking supposedly met a chick and went to the house, was getting ready to, or had relations with her, and then said his chest was tight. That was it. Cardiac arrest. So you never know. That's why I be out here trying to have mad fun. It was funny. My wife hit me and said, "Yo, quit cheating on the workout shit on your iPhone." I'm like,
I was like, oh shit, man, where you about to go with this shit? He said, quit
cheating.
No.
I was like, I ain't cheating. But when I was riding my motorcycle, it thought that I was riding a bicycle because I was doing hella wheelies and shit.
Oh yeah.
It was like, you must be riding a bike. So it started a bike workout. It was hella funny. 113 beats per minute from, is what I was getting while I was riding. And I'm like, oh, that was funny to see, but my watch activated saying that it noticed that I was riding a bicycle. I'm like, I ain't riding no bike.
Oh shit! Hey, so what about the dudes who had that shit on when they be on that Pornhub shit, man? Like heart rate going up.
You gotta wonder. You gotta wonder what it is because just me mashing, and I've always wanted to see that, like what my heart rate. Get it? What you done? No, I still got the other. Oh, okay.
Was there no Pro 2 this week or just Pro?
Yeah, no Pro 2. I think. What we got? Tune in tomorrow. Oh yeah. No. Yep.
That's the schedule for tomorrow. So I'm gonna be at the. I'm gonna go to the track tomorrow. I gotta keep it going, man. Just gotta. Yeah, because it's Sunday tomorrow and everything. So I'm gonna load their bikes up on a Wishcom, go to the track, AM, and then take them riding.
Snitching on me. Hell yeah, the watch was snitching on me.
Yeah. That should remind me of, it was this dude, man, and nobody liked it when I was in the military, man. And when the Nike thing first came out, the Nike
Fitbits or Fitbands or whatever those
so
were.
They were doing this little competition. Yeah, Carlos MSP. They were doing this little competition, and a dude, he was a fucking clown worm type dude, man, and they were doing a thing and running, and like it was a weekly thing to see how many miles you can get.
Yeah.
And nobody really wanted this dude in the competition anyway. But this motherfucker was in his car, slowly riding around base, like he was slowly riding. Yeah, dude. And then the dude was actually doing his shit and seen him in his car driving slow as fuck, kind of running pace.
What a worm,
yeah, dude.
Like 12 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour type shit.
Yeah, but when they call him out on it, he never would he was like, nah, man, I was running. He was like, dude, we seen you in the car, man. And then they just blocked him for a little competition. So I was like, man, come on, dude.
Yeah, that's hella funny. Me, my homeboys, and my wife were all in the same group. So it's funny because I'll be doing strenuous man shit. Running up mountains and shit, and going on like extreme hikes over here on the backside of where I live, and I get in like it'll be 2-something miles. Here goes Matt Fields' run, angle down the hill, big angle, good clip, quick ass transition, angle all the way up through the zone,
and he was qualifying in the daytime.
Yep, in the outer zone. Yeah, see, he got good ass angle, good run, good speed. He's out for blood this year. But yeah, it was hella funny. So then my boy, he come through. His exercise is yoga. I'm like, if you don't get the fuck out of here sitting around being quiet, like what kind of
yoga,
shit?
Yoga, depending on the instructor, man. Yoga can get.
It can get stressful and extensive, but it's just hella funny. You look at one man shit running up hills and fucking running inclines and all of that shit, and then this motherfucker gonna go do yoga and shit. I'm like, motherfucker, my BPM, my beats per minute was like at 165, 163. My thing telling me to relax and slow down and bring my heart rate down. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm maxing out for doing some man shit. This motherfucker doing some calm ass elevator music, yoga and shit.
Yeah. Shit, man, riding the dirt bikes, man. Like, it's when I was telling my guy, man, before I started like actually riding the courses, man, and like I was like, man, why these dudes like so out of breath? I'm like,
it's tough.
Bro, that shit. I'm talking about 5 minutes in,
Yeah.
like your legs are burning, like your whole, like honestly, man, I can only do like between business, I can only do like one, like I can't do multiple days, like dude, like once I do one moto, like I'm sore for like a week, dude.
Dog, I feel you. On this thing, 10 laps on the kart track on that little thing.
Yeah.
Boy, you'll figure out if you want to keep riding or not.
Yeah, you fucking can't. Cause my thing is once I can't hold on anymore, I stop. So
Yeah.
I'll go into, and that's partially because my technique is off because I'm not squeezing with my legs. And the guy's like, hey man, you gotta squeeze your legs, lean forward, because when I'm doing them, I'm kind of like I'm bracing too much, and like you gotta lean forward a bunch on the bike. When you lean forward, it relaxes like your forearm muscles, and you gotta squeeze the bike. So if you're not doing all that all the time, then you're gonna be pretty much trying to hold on. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. Like swimming, a lot of people think swimming is easy too. Nah, man. Like all your muscles that are moving at once, like your neck, your arms, shoulders, legs, ankles, everything. Like when you jump, everything is being activated.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man.
All right, we back in the game, or is that?
Yeah, we back. Somebody.
Who's that, Sorensen? Oh, no, that's the Z.
Man, that's speaking of Sorensen, man. Like they got it. I'm like, bro, I'm not only am I Air Force, I'm a fucking Air Force combat vet. Like, come on, y'all gotta run me some fucking sponsor numbers or some shit, man. So it's like y'all sponsor people who ain't in the fucking Air Force. Like, I'm an Air Force combat vet. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So what's up with that? So we'll see. I got, but at the same time, keeping it real, man. Like, that's why I got to do this, the MSC and all the stuff. My resume has just been halted since 2015. So you can't be going to nobody like proposals with some old ass stats and shit. You know what I mean? It just don't, you can't, that's how the world works, man. Whatever you done for me lately is a real thing. It's real. It comes down to record sales. It comes down to championships and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But this view right here, man, shows he moving, man. But yeah, it's weird how the camera angle people really can get a even like say motocross, man, some of those angles. But when I was at the track last week and it was a Yamaha team, there was like 7 bikes, and like I didn't go over there and talk because I heard Japanese guys are really like they can't talk about nothing. Like they can't, if you ask them about a bike, they kind of just don't talk to you.
Yeah.
So I just looked over there and I didn't go over there, and them motherfuckers on the track, boy, man, dude, flying. Like when you see a dude riding, a pro rider in person,
yeah,
like that shit's different, man.
This shit's different.
This is real different. So like I can just imagine seeing the Supercross guys in person, like the speed. And then it's crazy because it's like, you look at that and you marvel at it, but it's,
who was that?
He didn't, he flicked in and then he didn't flick out.
Yeah, that's the same dude, cuz he zigged when he should have zagged.
No, he done, man. I think something wrong with that car, man.
The whole goddamn weekend on a wigwam.
Yeah. But like, saying, putting it in perspective, man, like, you could take the top. It's kind of cool, man. Like, you take the top guy and then, like, put him side by side with us in a car, and it's like they'd be like, "Oh fuck, man," and then it's like everybody. So it's cool to be able to. Again, I'll never be a top shelf dirt bike rider, but it's nice to be able to be up and better than average, I guess, or average. So that's just my goal with it. And it's and I want to do it. So like I feel every time I get on the bike, like I'm feeling like I got a little bit of English on a wheel and turning it a little bit more and counter steering, not being as stiff as I was when I first a couple of months. So I mean, it's definitely cool to be able to relate, even if I can't ride at that level of Supercross, motocross, pro rider. I still know some of the feelings, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. But at the same time, they never drifted the car too, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I think was the coolest takeaway. If you look at the crossover, where Lewis Hamilton hung out with Rossi and they both switched. Lewis rode, Rossi drove. The admiration that Rossi had, and Rossi is the certified legendary goat. right? And Rossi's been driving. He's been doing rally. He's been doing GT3. He's been doing everything.
Yeah, everybody's yeah.
But you know, he looked at Lewis and was like, "Oh, this is the fucking man right here."
Yeah,
and when he jumped in that Formula One car, he was like, "God damn." He's just like, I'm not going fast enough. He told Rossi, he's like, he told Lewis, he's just like, I see how fast you actually are. Ooh, this boy Dean said that.
Dean Carney.
Yeah, if you guys watching, this is a Viper, right?
Yeah. Get that out of zone? Nope. But he alright though. He's gonna score, so he's fine. Ryan Literal still has not gone, so again is
oh man, what the fuck was that?
The whole weekend's over. Right?
It just stopped, like it just like
the whole fucking weekend's done.
Yeah,
right
V10
there.
Carlos. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, that right there, like I say, with those guys doing that stuff, and like it's one of those things where even like the bikes and all that stuff too, man. Like you gotta like they don't function right when you drive them slow. I'm pretty sure it's the same for a bike. You gotta really.
Yeah, that's true. They function enough, but I think that's where the terror comes with motorcycles because they start going so fast. You don't. Stop. I know. The bikes start going so fast, you don't think that they're gonna function.
You think he shifted up?
Speed. I don't know what the fuck he did, dude. It's like
he just lost all.
It's like he thought he was going too far and he just backed off to save it. Like right here, the speed from here to here, that quick transition and all that speed. Don't know what he thought. He could have upshifted. But yeah,
normally you see like an H pattern. You know, guy, you done it, I've done it. You shift up, you shift up to fourth instead of third.
Yeah,
and you just kill everything.
Yeah,
but they got a sequential
but
box.
That's
so like, how do you?
Just But that thing, you could tell by how he got on the brakes. That was like oh shit, an astonishing thing.
But yeah.
But
oh no, son's wrong. Old on the track again.
Yeah, he broke. But the bikes, the faster you go, the more they can do. But that's the thing. The faster you go, the more they can do. But then it's up to a certain point because you could just go too fucking fast, just absolutely too fast, and it'd be over with. But like Lewis, because Lewis rides too. The coolest part about them two getting together to do that is that Lewis rides.
Damn, man.
Yeah, Lewis rides,
they
right?
Lubing up that track, man.
And then Rossi drives. So them switching wasn't out of their ordinary, but they got to jump on each other's equipment, an actual GP bike and an actual Formula One car, and use it to the capacity. It was really cool though because see, Lewis they couldn't both jump in F1 cars, and Lewis towed Rossi around. But Rossi's team brought two bikes, brought Rossi's bike and brought a bike for Lewis. And Lewis and Rossi got to ride together. And Rossi's telling Lewis, and he's showing him, put shoulders off here, lean more here. And as they started going faster and faster, and Lewis was like, damn! He's like, this is hella fast. He's like, this is way too fast. And Rossi's like, Rossi's super Italian. That's just a little bit the beginning of the pace. He's just telling him, like, this is kind of slow, but that's kind of what it looks like. Lewis is like, hell no, this is fast as shit.
Nah, because they probably were like, hey, man, they probably told him, hey, man, Mercedes is like, hey, man, you can do about 160, and then after that, you got to shut it down. But, man, like that, like I said, even the motocross, I just got knows like if you ride them slow, like the bike is, it's you gotta if you ride slow and go into a rut, you're gonna fall right over.
Yeah,
like, you need the momentum to keep your like that was the hardest thing for me to learn, and also you call it being scared or whatever, like just you're new to it, but now it's like every time I get on it, you even like so now on the 110s, I was back there in a little trail again, and I'm like whining that shit out. Like I'm riding a 450, but I get on the 450, I'm about 60% throttle.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I get on the 125 now, I can whine that out. So it's like, but literally like 8 months of riding on and off, and I probably got like maybe 48 hours or, we look at the hours on a bike. So it's like, it's definitely progressing a little faster for me because I have a sense of speed from racing.
Correct.
So, and that's where a lot of people don't realize. Like, if you go from playing chess only to racing a bike, a pedal bike, you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is too fast.
Correct. Yeah.
So you got to have something to correlate it to, and then I do feel like it's weird because I asked you the question, man, and then like just out there, like now that I was riding the bikes, my level of
we'll take a short break.
Not giving a fuck in the car is way even higher now because it's like I can crash from the car and I'm inside the seat. I crash from the bike, I'm fucking going flying however fast I was going until I hit something. So it's like it's different right there with the bike and stuff, man.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Like you said, Alan. Like you said, being loose and going quicker, man. I'm doing better on the dirt bikes because it's like you're all tense and shit, and the bump is gonna throw you. Like my boy was just saying, man, my guy here, my local teacher, is like, just let that bitch dance under you, man. And I'm like, dance? What do you mean?
Yeah, just stand up and let the
bike, the suspension will do its job, and you just kind of, and then like counter steering and stuff like that, man. So it's definitely they're shocked that I'm riding how I'm riding for as little as time I got, but it's like it's more mental because I wanna be good at it, man. So
that's been my thing, man. I think that's why I'm pushing so hard with this R1, getting it back in the game, because it's like that bike I feel validated on. These 600s, I'm fast on, but it's, to me personally, I don't fear them, which I should, but I don't. And then I rock so hard on this because I'm like, dog, I have to be fast on this.
The R3,
yeah.
R3?
The R1, it's like I want to go fast on that because that's the validation. There is no higher, right? If I come through and say, hey, yo, I'm hella fast on the R3, fools will be like, get this nigga out of here, right? Then if I come and say, yo, I'm fast on an R6, they'll be like, oh, what that leader bike do though? Then if I'm like, yo, I'm fast on this R1, and then it'll be kind of like, well, prove it. Then I go and be fast on it, and they'll be like, damn, that motherfucker mashing. And there's nothing you can say. So it's
man,
just
I can't even imagine that, man. Like this again. Well, I'm comparing like a 450 dirt bike, which is a lot lighter, and that's one thing too, man. Like I was watching the joint with the Street Rhythm, and Pastrana had that his Armzilla, the 500cc 2-stroke.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker, man, like he like did a backflip, missed a jump, and still is like throttling like caught the dude. It's like all that power.
Oh yeah.
And it's a two, and he's like, yeah, that's why they didn't race these in Supercross because it was too much, man. They would jump out the stadium, man.
You miss jumps, you clear them. The way they design them, if you pumped on the base of a jump, you might send yourself into the first row of seats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's like, but what I'm saying to say, man, I'm the 450. Everyone, I gotta like you get confident, and that's cool. But at the same time, like this bike will like throw you, man. The bike will like send you somewhere. So it's like you chill out, and then it's like you're talking about your 1000 over there. It's like, nah, man, I can't even imagine like that's the speed. Like and it was what the R1 weighs about 2-3.
No, I wish. It's 450 for this one. It's 412 for my other one. But the horsepower difference and the torque difference is a lot. Because there's people complaining right now. There's a dude, Petrucci. He came from MotoGP and he's riding in Moto America, and everybody's complaining because Petrucci has so much seat time and talent and skill on GP bikes. But see, what they're not realizing is he's coming over to Moto America bikes. The GP bikes are 300 pounds. They're super light, but they're also 330 horsepower. Well, not that high now. When he was riding, they were about 270 to 300 horsepower. Then he's jumping on and those bikes are big. GP bikes are he's knocking everything down. GP bikes are way bigger than our street bikes. So he's getting on a smaller bike, but it's heavier with less power. So it's like, the man is just riding. He's beasting.
Yeah.
People are complaining that he's basically too much talent for the series.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like that's when it gets to that point, man. Like and again, just being new to motocross is like dudes get mad because the guy is his talent. Like, bro, like he just had more. Like they go back to Carmichael. Like the motherfucker didn't party. You know what I mean? They said he was no fun. Like no, he was like one of the first riders that took a professional, and as a result, like he has a lot of money. You know, because of that. Yeah. It's like he's like, dude, I'm not out here to fuck around and waste time. I'm out here to win, dude. And when I'm jumping shit and doing all this stuff, I can die. So I definitely want to get my money out of it. And like, you know, so it's dudes are doing it for different reasons within the reason of doing it. You know what I mean? Again, my whole thing for all of it, man, is just promotion of my business and my partner's business and to you know, even shit's gonna break. So I mean, you can't drifting is not a good place to be like, oh, like the cars are just getting a lot more done to it. Far as, you know, mechanical from that mechanical aspect bad than say like if you do a grip day. A grip day, like when I do grip days, man, I take no tires. Yeah. I take like a basic ass toolkit because I'm like nothing's gonna happen here. Yep. I take an air gauge, a water sprayer, and like that's it. Drifting, you got to bring the whole goddamn garage and everything else under
garage and every
and you still forget shit. And you still forget shit. Like I left my fucking I left something home, man. And I had all this shit, and I left one thing. I'm like, damn, I really need that.
I really needed that, yeah. Like the motorcycles, I don't bring nothing. I bring no spares. I bring very minimal tools, and I just bring a gas tank, a gas jug with fuel in it. When I'm gripping, the only thing I add to that list is a jack, if I need it. But it's just I just put on the trailer. When I'm drifting, tires, wheels,
spare wheels, knuckles.
All the tools, the whole shit, an air compressor with air on it. If I'm, you know, already aired up, like if I park somewhere that ain't got a plug, fuck it, I already got air in the joint. In case I gotta change tire, it's like so much shit. But I mean, that's the fun part about it's super scented. Who's that, Brewski?
Yeah, that's Josh Love. Brewski is, I don't know, Brewski like he took a break or something, man.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what because I was looking at.
Ooh, he blew that, spun it.
Yeah, Brewski. I was looking to see him, you know, in FD, man, pro. But it looked like he's, I don't know, man. Not sure what's going on. Because they done a Pro 2 round yet or not yet?
Not yet, dude.
No, let me check, man. Let me check if he's on a Pro 2. Is he a pro? Yeah, he's definitely So he's definitely not. He's definitely gonna drive. So yeah. He's so Brewski is still down in Pro 2 Pro Spec. Sorry about that.
Is he Pro Spec?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't say nothing like he ain't running or nothing like that. So I know he was doing some other events and stuff like that. So, but the yeah, man, dudes are. Damn, he washed back out. But the yeah, man, that's just weird, man. Like, you know, dude, like Bear, like it's not like because you don't want to put in the time on the track and practice or whatever, man. That's not another man's fault because he has talent, and also when he has talent and he has backing, like shit just lined up, man. Everybody, you know,
yeah, for sure.
But But yeah, Alan said grip is chill. Yeah, it is. It is chill because it's like it's low. I mean, grip can go. You're going higher speeds relative. Like, I mean, if you're on a straight fifth gear, like you're up there. Yeah. So if you hit the wall, like you're doing some spins and rolls and all types of shit. So,
but the day is done. You hit the wall. You ain't putting the car back. Okay, here we go. Is this Ryan or no?
No, it's the Yves Meyer.
Where the fuck? So a whole nother weekend. Damn, cuz tripping on that entry. A whole nother weekend no-go for Ryan, huh? Damn, that's tough, man.
You know what sucks, man? Oh, damn, bro. Man. What sucks about that is like, you know, I hate when you have practice, man, and the car, you know, runs great, and then like like you said, man, we need that shit to work for this many rounds, man, this many goes, you know what I mean, outside of the one more time joints. I'm looking at his things like his headlamps will fail road inspection because one is pointing up, one is pointing down.
The headlights.
Yeah. Look at his headlights. One is the
to the moon.
But headlights in the drift car don't matter.
Hell nah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would still have my Solidity if I did have headlights, so I couldn't see that day when I ran into the mountain ditch. But the one's supposed to be out there drifting on the road with a 600 horsepower car, but it is what it is. But no, man. Yeah, man. I'm not sure if he's gonna run again. But yeah, man. I just seen his post like he did like Jake Jones. Jake Jones is, because Jake Jones they follow F1, so every event he would take that engine out, like run through it. Like he was running this program, like he had good success because of that. He was running through the whole thing, and then I seen Ryan said he took the whole car apart, every wire, every nut, every bolt, checked it out and inspected. You know what I mean?
That's tough.
It's cool, Yeah, but at the same time, you put it back together though, then everything has to be how it was. But damn, what's this car right here, man? It's a Supra.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a Ferrari or something in the front. The big ass two air dams.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is
Olsen.
Yeah, but I think doesn't he have the HGK arrow on that car?
I think so.
It's all carbon Kevlar.
It looks good. It looks aggressive, man. I haven't, man. It's like all those cars come out. I haven't driven or been in a new Supra yet. I haven't driven. I've been in a 35. I just never drove one.
Yeah.
And man. I mean, I can go rent one, but it's nah, man. If I get one for myself, I'll drive it. But I'm just not interested in driving somebody else's car. Like I mean, I want to race that shit, dude. Like, that's all. That's his front end looks soft, man. Like it keeps popping up.
Yeah, on throttle. Look at it raise up.
Right there,
raise and dip there, raise there. Then when he decels right here, boo.
yeah, that's the Enzo front end.
Yeah, I think that is that HGK kit. I don't know, maybe not. Because I know that kit that Touareg has on his car, I think that's a HGK.
Yeah, but check it out. Like I said, it just pops up. I know they were like for that one season, the Denofinan was doing that too, where like they would do like the
yeah.
It seemed like that went away though. Like the whole accelerating in a 3-wheel on a flat ground thing, because you don't see that too much anymore.
Vaughn's gone. It's no longer his idea of suspension, how it should work. It's all Chelsea now. See, Vaughn tell everybody what the cars need to be. They only made minor tweaks for Chelsea. Now Chelsea's like, nah, this is what works for me. And they're doing everything that Chelsea wants now.
Yeah, that shit was funny. That one, I think we did that live, man, when he went out and he didn't run too good. He's like, no. He was out there. You seen him on the thing. That motherfucker had the wrenches in his hand. Like, all right, cool, back up, man.
Yep.
And then went out and like laid that shit down. Like, this is how it's supposed to. And that's true, man. Like, everything, and that's what it gets into the racing, bikes, everything, man. All this shit comes down to theory, man. Like, theory is like, skill, money, blah, blah, blah. But what you think works for is best. Right. So it's essentially when the layman fan looks at the drifting or whatever out there, man, or anything F1, they looking at the competitive aspect of it.
Yeah.
But what you don't see behind the scenes is every car out there, mechanic and driver, was theory versus theory. Like, I think I can do this at this point, at this line, at this speed, and you can't. So that's why Lewis Hamilton wins, or that's why him and the other kid from Red Bull runs into each other or whatever. It's different. It's a battle of theories out there, man. So I think that, it's that aspect in the approach, man. Like, it just works. It works for some people. It doesn't work for some people out there. So this is one of those things where, that's what it comes. When it comes down to shops, even like I acknowledge that being a shop owner here in Japan, man, we all do the same shit.
Right.
But it's like, you know what I mean, there's not too many different ways to build an engine, but some guys will, you know, they'll chamfer, they'll do different things, they'll grind here, they'll not grind there, they'll, you know, some guys don't like port and polish because they don't want the fuel, they want the fuel atomized. Some guys, they don't like port and polish, they don't want to port it because the fuel will hit the wall and then slide down into the cylinders and things like that. So there's all these different things out there, man, when it comes on the shops, and that's why when people say, well, this guy did like this, I'm like, all right, well, hey, man, that's his business. He run it how he wants to run it. You know what I mean? I do what I do, and I'm not going to, you know, I told the cat yesterday, he was like, he want a boost controller. I was like, well, the boost controller is going to be installed in conjunction with me tuning your car, right? He's like, well, why do I need a tune? I'm like, because I'm not just putting a boost controller on there and setting you off to the wilderness. I need to set it up, make sure it's all good to go, make sure it works,
right,
and everything. Because as soon as you go out there and blow your shit up, Pinku style installed it.
Yeah.
And then the first question they're gonna say, well, did he set it up for you? Did he set the gain?
Right.
Did he set the peak and hold?
Right.
Did he do all this? No, he just put it on the car. Then that makes me look a dickhead.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So, and then we ain't going above the stock boost level unless you got injectors, you know, blah blah blah. So like, you ain't fucking me over. That's for sure.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's my theory. But some shops will be like, hey man, I'll install it, I'll get the money, and then, you know, whatever happens after it leaves is that thing. But then they'll deal with the fallout after the shit blows up on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. So my shit doesn't. My theory, Alan, you know, he has his style and groove and everything, and you know, every shop does little things a little bit different because, you know, what they provide, where they at. For me, like I said, I'm an American in Japan, so I gotta operate a little bit differently, man. Especially when it comes to a Japanese customer, which I don't get much. Believe it or not, man, I don't have any Japanese customers, like any recurring ones. I've done about 4 or 5 Japanese customers.
What's it, more military-based guys?
Mostly, but then like a lot of the people from outside of Wichita doing different things, man. So what's up with the feed? Is it? That was it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right, cool. So they got the 16 hours now. We're not gonna wait 16 hours here, but the yeah, man. So that's it. So I mean, look like you called it, man. Literal's out. Nobody's out. It's right there. So that's the top 32 going to be tomorrow. At times are different over here, guys, because I'm in Japan. So that's my Japan time. So 4:30 a.m. for me. I'll be doing some. I won't be on there tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. All that stuff like that, man. Like I said, we're not light. We just have running in the background like this. So for the guys, you know, coming for the future, I mean, you know, do whatever. We might have guys call in later. But yeah, man, we just chatting and talking, we're drifting in the background, man.
Hell
so what you got going on tomorrow? You doing anything motorsports wise or?
My wife has been getting real saucy with vinyl and heat transfers. Starting to get our merch up and active. So I don't know. We got these jackets that we just did. And shit, we might go do a little photo session with them with the merch. Yeah. But obviously, me and Jalen riding with the jackets because they're kind of a riding jacket, like because I don't wear traditional motorcycle gear when I ride unless I'm on the track. So I wear like my sleeves with my shit on it and a back protector and shit. So I kind of just look like I'm in regular clothes with padding on, but these are like those security at the club style jackets, those black nylon joints.
Yeah.
So they're those. We got our Riot Squad stuff on them, so they're kind of made as riding jackets. But we're gonna go probably.
Yeah, it's a joint. This is a joint right here with this stock. This is like two, like the next right after this, the next one went out, man. The turbo like disintegrated. And I put a picture on Instagram. That was a turbo compressor blade in my hand on that picture yesterday.
Yeah.
That was a nylon wheel blowing out. So I knew when I came out, man, that shit was. But I gotta take out the intercooler and make sure, you know, the shards didn't go down in there and everything. And
you stopped running it and shut it down right after that.
Well, I mean, no, I went after this. It still worked, and then I went out, and as soon as I went out and did the first hit, it just blew up, man, like exploded. Like it was like no boost, and but I've already swapped the turbo out. Everything's already swapped out. I just got to I gotta the downpipe, I gotta swap that out to a different one and everything, and throw that back up on there.
What year is that car? 93, 94?
No, 90. This is a 90, 98.
Oh, that's a 98. Okay.
Yeah. No, 90, 97, like 97, late 97.
Okay.
Yeah, late 97.
Yeah, he's running that turbo hard from late 97.
Yeah. Then I mean, the thing is, like, you know, this I got it from a kid who crashed and everything, and it apparently got tuned at another shop. I'm like, bro, it's a stock turbo, stock injectors, stock this, stock that. You paid $1,200 for a stock tune. Like, the only thing, but the engine is RB25, but it has RB26 internals.
Yeah.
So it's like a free poor man stroker. So you get like a, you know, point whatever something cc's of which comes. So essentially the pistons and the rods, the pistons are the same and the rods are 77 millimeter.
The flow of this track looks like Grange.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had nobody chase me at Grange, but what you're doing, the switchbacks and shit, that's how Grange feels. I probably have Jalen chase me at Grange.
Yeah.
And
I just like, a lot of people don't do this, though. A lot of people just do the main run. I'm like, man, I'm fucking branding all the tires, man. Like, so a lot of people they don't link the whole track.
Right.
And I was like, I just doing the whole thing because like Kenan is a spectacle. And they was like, when is he gonna stop drifting? Like, nah, I'm gonna link the whole track 2 times straight.
What happened?
Actually, this was when we recorded.
What happened with the slow mo?
Yeah. So this was actually with 32 knuckles on it, which is kind of like a little hack I just figured out. They go wider, but they start to bind up.
Gotcha.
So this is the track they're running in the reverse and everything. So a lot of people don't run that too. So yeah, man, definitely just cool to be back in the car, man. Capable and definitely, man, the dudes out there kind of like, oh man, I didn't know you can drift. Like, I thought you just build cars. FDG.
I'll be like, yeah, why you think I can build them? Because I used to fuck them up. My drift.
Yeah, man, but you got all that stuff going on and everything else going on. So, man, like I said, it's just cool to be back out there driving again. And it's just weird, man, because a lot of the cats out there, they were, like I say, man, like no shit. Like, it was dudes out there who were like when I was like in it, they were like in fucking like first grade and shit, man. And like, you don't realize, man, that much time, you know, I've been here 15 years. So 15 years, you know, 15 years ago, they were whatever, how old they were. Now they're like 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds.
Right.
So time definitely flies. And one thing, you know, for the older cats out there, man, my parting, you know, advice, man, like, don't be trying to like keep up with these young cats, man. Like, it's not, well, in the aspect of like trying to like show and prove, like, they'll see who you are. You ain't got to be like, hey, man, back in my day, I ran this block. Like, we run it now, though.
Yep,
you know
that's exactly it. That's why I was saying earlier about I wanted to take my car since it was done and go compete at that event. But to me, lately, I've been having more fun watching and helping other drivers develop. So I got more out of it from that. And then when we go do the instructional shit, I can tell them I do this, that, and the third. Nobody cares because it doesn't mean anything to nobody. So all I have to do is just people tell, oh, that's Lex, that's so-and-so, he's this, that, the third, whatever, cool. But with me showing up with a car and showing my driving level, that's way different. That's don't need to say nothing no more. Oh, this motherfucker drives. This is when you first got it all destroyed or something?
Yeah, well, I was what I did is I merged 3 videos into one because I was gonna do like a pickup video, but it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
So I went to Matsuri, so I did like actually 3 different days, 4 or 5 different days into one, and I went and tested, so it looked like everything kind of flowed together. So that was the WX that I traded for that you know, I bought that from Alan for whatever, how much money I bought it for. And fixed it, traded straight up for that car, man. So it was a hell of a, you know, Witchcom. But all right, we back. You there?
Yep. There we go.
All right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, this thing is getting right. It's back. Damn, it's going in and out, man. So anyway, man, I'm gonna shut it down before it really cuts out and like really fucks it up. So It's going in and out on my phone and on here, so it's just getting a little bit too. We were running it for a little bit and everything.
Okay.
So I just gotta do some settings and stuff in there, man. But again, man, thanks for stopping in as always. And again, guys, tomorrow top 32 FD Atlanta, they'll be there. So I won't be, of course, I won't be here doing this, but I'll be checking in from the road and everything. So I'm about to hit the garage and do some. I got to put my knuckles back on there. So the thing was at the track, I had a angle kit on it, but it just was bad, man. And I tried all night to get it right. And Andy had the power vehicles. He had a bunch of 32 knuckles, and they actually fit on a 33. So I put those on there and did about an hour. So I spent $200 for an hour drifting, man. So that was, blew out tires and everything. So it was. Some days this ain't good, man. Some days you just be like, blew out on the way down. I blew out the truck tire. And then, like you said, I think you came in when I was changing the knuckle in the rain. Like, Dude, it was like straight, like wet. I was laying in running water.
Yeah.
And, it's like, but it was like I had to get it done, at least to get it back on the trailer and make it happen, man. So again, that's what a lot of these cats, man. Like, I don't mind getting dirty and grindy because it's only for a short time, and it is what it is. So yeah, man. They got that up and running, so we'll be there. So again, man, we'll link up shortly. Just let me know what Shamar's going to get into, man. Then we could definitely hop on and do a podcast with him in there, man. And not take too much time, but just talk, chat with him and everything. He's been to Cali before, right?
Yeah, he's been to Cali a few times. Yep.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take him around and move and shake in. Oh, that shit is closed. Yeah, we're gonna take him around and move and shake around in the track stuff and the car stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We'll do some.
And he got his. I know he got his. He got his channel running right now too, right?
He started it. I think he put a short up, but yeah, I gotta help him do quite a bit of editing. Just kind of show him like the quickest way to get his shit together. But he's been filming the whole time. He's been filming for like 3-4 months.
Yeah. So he started. Cause that's what I mean. I got like between bike stuff, man. I kind of been like filming it and piling it up, man. So I got a bunch of shit. Then it's like I don't want to bring out the new shit before I just kind of want to put it in somewhat of chronological order.
Yeah.
So like the kids got their bikes of different colors now, and I still got videos editing from like a bit ago.
Yeah. Like I got 4 new videos just sitting here waiting for me to I just need like 2 more minutes to finish up certain things on it. And yeah, I'm like that now too. Like the bike stuff, drop off, pickup of the new engine, the tear down of the new engine, inspection of clutch. That's all there. I need like 3 more minutes. They're gonna be putting the motor back together, putting it in, getting it on the dyno, tuning it. That's going to be the end of that. You know what I mean? So it's just going to be that kind of shit. Then I'm going to ride it for the first time. So, yeah, I've got all of this stuff lined up. Same thing with the car. The built, it's done. Then he sent me a burnout or 2. And then I'm going to go pick it up and test it. And I'm going to just make those videos. So I've been kind of doing the same thing, whereas it's like 3-4 weeks put together in one video. Just like, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, man, I was gonna break it down. But when I'm gonna start my new system, I'm gonna start doing is actually within the video. Because honestly, I know that I was telling the dudes like, man, like what do you do for these videos for? I'm like, bro, honestly, while I was driving down there this time to Fukushima, I'm doing this for my kids, man. Like what I mean?
Yep.
I'm doing this because what I mean. Again, I feel healthy. Everything's good to go, man, and blah, blah, blah. But you never know what's going to happen, man. Like, let's be real. Every day we wake up and leave the house, man, we don't know what's going to happen. So not being morbid and not trying to be a downer, but if something happens to me or whatever, man, like my kids got, like, up to this point, 142 podcasts, hundreds of videos to be able to see how was daddy?
Yeah.
How was what I mean? And a lot of people know, I mean, myself, yourself, we got that. A lot of people don't, and it's not saying you have to have it, but I would tell everybody, man, at least document something like your voice. Because I was watching some podcasts, and one guy, his mom died when he was 1. It was a comedian, he seen a picture of her, but he don't know they have nothing with her voice on it.
Didn't know what she sounded like. Yeah,
he don't know what she sounded like, and I was like, damn, that was only like 28 years ago.
Yeah, I wish I had have did more filming and stuff with my brother too, because I only got I think like 2 voicemails of his, so that's really all I got left. But yeah, I'm the same way. There's so many instructions in all of my videos. If my son ever needed to know anything, he can go back. It wouldn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't matter if it was like, damn, where was the kill switch on this car? I don't know where it was at. Oh, let me go watch this video of Dad driving it real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the process. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of, I'm the same way. There's a whole lot of content to watch.
Because I know, so I'll get it. I'm like, man, what the fuck am I uploading this for? Because it ain't getting views like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Alan put on the thing, man, he was like, and it's, we're older cats, but and sometimes I gotta remind myself, he was like, the subscribers and followers don't determine my success.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And people they hung up on. I'm like, dude, I don't. What I mean? It is what it is. I'm not gonna go. And it's not knocking at him for giving away his chaser or doing whatever. He's in a position to do whatever he wants to do. But I'm just, even Mike, Mike does it, so it's not throwing shade on Mike. But that's they're the newer generation of YouTube. That's what you got to do to be successful in YouTube now if you want to do it like that and get those things. So
well, you get money too,
Right. They get money and they're kind of giving back, if you want to say so, to the viewers.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But it's just I've done it a couple of times, but it's just I'm not gonna. It's just not what I'm gonna do. So as a result, I'm gonna reap the benefits and not getting those results.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, man, for me, when I look at it, I'm like, nah, man, I'm documenting this trip going down there because 10 years from now, my son will watch this. I'll still be alive, hopefully. But you'll see that, hey, man, I got this car in a crash for a trade. I grinded a couple of days, got it ready, took it to the track, tested it. On the way down to the track, blew out tires, but I didn't freak out. I fucking changed the tire on the road like a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was calm, dealt with the cops or whatever, got to the track, did whatever, car didn't work, got it to work. Inside of that 50-minute video, 40-minute video, a lot of lessons. A lot of lessons on how to operate, how to move, how to not freak out when your fucking shit goes wrong, because it took like 20 minutes to get out of the situation of the tire blow. Like, it was quicker than I thought. And even I was like, fuck, man, I'm going to have to offload the truck, offload the car, and I had to do none of that. And, within an hour, I was back rolling on the road within an hour, blown tire. We know you've been on the side of the road for 2-3 hours before.
Mm-hmm.
And, that shit was quick. I'm like, hey, man, pull out that phone, like, where's the tire shop at? Bam. They open at 9. I'm there when they open. The dude fucking knew me from YouTube. I was like, no, random place in Japan, man. It's like, Pink MSP. I was like, yeah. And then he, for that reason, I got a mate rate. As they call it in Australia. On those tires. I got 2 brand new tires installed on a truck for $120.
That ain't bad.
Sorry, new used tires.
Yeah. No, I feel new to you, tire, new to you. Yeah. But I mean, that's how it goes. Like it's funny shit because my son pop up with a girlfriend. I pull in, park the bike, pull my helmet off. The garage is still up. My wife pull up. The little girl hop out with my family. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it's my son's girlfriend. I'm like,
yeah.
All right. But she was cool. She was super chill. So we sitting there talking, and she was like, what made you start doing YouTube? I was like, I literally was always gone when my son would be at school and whatever, and I was making videos, putting them together to show him what my weekend looked like. So it was literally just to be a diary. You know what I mean? And there was a diary of my travels and things that I was doing as I'd be gone for the weekend. Then I get to show my son. He get to look at it, and I'd always try to make it as entertaining as I could for a youngster, And so that's why I was like, that's how the me doing this YouTube shit started. And I don't really press for views. I don't give a shit about nothing. And this one cat was in Mike's comments. I was talking about something. Mike was saying, I'm going to go buy a house in Texas, or I'm going to move to Texas. I said, look at the property taxes and get an understanding of that before you just take off to a whole nother state. And the ignorant fools in that comment saw that as hate. And I'm like, huh? I just told him to research something that he wants to do. Like, and this one dude say, you clout chasing, you only got clout for your homie. And that's the only nigga I check. I'm like, hold up, bitch ass nigga. I've been that guy, nigga, before Mike had a car. I've been that nigga that had all the shit I've ever wanted my whole fucking life. Like, ain't nobody chasing no clout off of Mike. I don't try to get in his YouTube videos, nothing. Like, I stay remote, and then I don't even push my YouTube to get no bread. I got a job. I get what I want from hard work in that way.
Right.
It's like I ain't nobody celebrity.
No, that's just the new cats, man. The new cats.
Hell yeah.
That's just because he's saying that because that's what they're used to. There's a lot of dudes when you look at different channels and everything that they just like, you see the dude just sitting there like, you bring no value to this. The guy likes you around and you're around, but you bring no value to this podcast or whatever you're doing. You're just around to be around. You're just around to say that's your friend. And I want to get the cat on that was the
dude, the weird.
Yeah, I want to get him on and see, like, because I mean, again, man, a lot of people ain't what they seem to be, and I just want to talk to the cat and see, hey man, tell us why you mad, son. You know what I mean?
Tell us why you mad, son. Yeah.
tell us why you mad.
I was just sitting in traffic, like.
When you sent it, I actually turned it off, and then I clicked on it again while I was driving to the shop. Like, he did say some, and all that mumbo jumbo, man, because he wasn't saying he was going in circles. But
he was going in circles, yeah.
He did make a when he went at the one guy, and the one guy he was like, but you lost and I won, and he was like, he really did, like, he's one of those guys, like one of those. I don't know him, but he's like that sly he's like that sly dude, and he agitates you, but it's like this dude's actually kind of.
I was just like, what the hell, man? Yeah. And I was in traffic. I listened to that whole thing, and I was just kind of like, well, get to the point that you started.
Yeah, he never got to.
He never got to the point. Like, how are you claiming Adam cheated or rigged it? Like, how? I want to know what your perspective is. You got to argue with other people, but you lost the debate. I rebutted, you didn't in a timely manner. You lose.
So like,
and I'm like,
I'm like, that type of shit with like, nah, dude, like debate, and I'll fight you. Like, dude, you need to chill the fuck out, man, because you're like, if somebody ever did that in my face, dude, that would really enrage me, man. Like, no, you lost, I won. Like, fuck, you sound like Donald Trump, man. But anyway,
you lose, I win. That's just how it goes, huh?
And then being calm about it, that would enrage certain people. Like, this motherfucker really thinks he's a dude. But anyway, one point he did bring out that was true. It's true, and you seen it because we talked about it too. How when Mike went out to the meet that unannounced, and dude, I didn't know you were gonna be here. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna be here. Then when you get there, there's like, you're Mike. Like, yeah, dude, I'm Mike. Yeah. Like, this be fucking normal. So I ran into a cat, the other day, man, and it was a situation where, like, I wasn't like, all right, I knew who he was via the YouTube, but I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm like, I just stood there and I was like, if he don't say nothing to me, I'm not saying nothing to him. But then I never met you before and blah blah blah. And it was Samet guy, man. And it's just, I'm not sure how it's. He got a little bit of followers, and some guys that shit. I'm not saying that it's the case, and I don't think you watch my podcast, but if you do, it's not the case. It's just that some people. I'm not the guy that's I don't need anything from you. You know what I'm saying? And when they get the people around, I was talking to the dude Matt, and he rolled up, and it was not wrong. I'm just in my mind when I played back the interaction, which was cool. I shook his hand. He was like, "Nice to meet you," whatever. And on his Twitch, he was like, "Cool guy." Never met him before. I was like, all right, whatever. So it was like one of those things, though. I wasn't gonna if he didn't look at me or say nothing to me. I want to be like, oh yeah, hey Sam, I would have just been nothing. It wouldn't have been no interaction.
I'm like that with a lot of dudes.
Yeah, Yeah, some guys like that, but they if you don't give them that interaction, it's either like you're hating or whatever. It's like no middle. So that the social media shit is creating like a weird kind of vacuum, man, where people have known. I'm like, bro, anybody out here can put a fucking video on YouTube. There's nothing special about it.
Right.
The only thing special about it is when you start getting a lot of views and you get a little bit of following. But at the same time, we look at the Mr. Beast guy.
Yeah.
What's up, guy? What's up, Alan? You look at the Mr. Beast guy who he's like the top YouTuber, right? But I didn't know who he was at all until that thing came out with the video with the Squid Games. Never seen him before, so never seen him on my feed at all. So I thought, all right, I need 100,000 subscribers to get up there. It doesn't matter. It's the algorithm is what you search for. That's what YouTube's about. So he's a top YouTuber, but he's never on my feed. What does that mean? YouTube don't push everything to everybody. And so when you got he's the top level guy. If you got 20,000 subscribers, you're definitely not gonna be pushed in everybody's living room. So just give up on that. But anyway, man, with that stuff, man, those guys when you meet them, they get. And I honestly when I sense that you can't be normal because you got 200,000 subscribers, I really don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause you're feeling yourself over 200,000 fucking subscribers at a car meet, somewhere down in Tokyo. Nah, bro, you're not. It's not special. So it's just that. So he was, and I want to talk to him when I have him expound on that. He was 100% spot on with that, man. It's definitely creating a different dynamic, and everybody feel like like you guys said, you're clout chasing. Nah, dude, he's my boy before all of this stuff.
Right. Yeah. And, but they don't understand that. They don't feel that, and they think because I get put in a vlog or something, maybe once or twice a year.
That you be like, hey, Mike, that you're in the back. Hey, Mike, let me get in there.
They would
put me in.
Love to be in his vlogs because they want to suck him off. But me, I don't give a shit. I done been around blood for 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? 15 years now, just about. Yeah. Nigga, that's regular. That's the homie. But they don't understand that.
Yeah. Because me and Matt talked off camera, and he just came to Japan and everything, and I had him on the podcast a couple times. He probably I know because we talked offline about it and stuff, and it was nothing. He was just kind of he's just trying. His second week here in Japan. He's trying to figure out how to move.
Yeah.
He borrowed a car from a guy, and he ended up breaking it. I'm like, dude, he loaned you a drift car. The guy knows what drifting is. Don't sweat it. He wouldn't. If he didn't want you to break the car, he wouldn't have gave it to you. Because he was like, "Oh man, I broke the car. I feel bad." I'm like, dude, this is drifting, man. He would have broke it, or you would have broke it. It don't matter. It's a drift car. And I say, when Lex come over here, anything I give you the keys to, it's like, dude, if it crashed, so fucking what? I'll fix it. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and delete you, man. Yeah, no, we can't have this relationship no more because you.
Hey, how fucked up is that? Hey, Shamor, here, come ride this real quick, and then he fucking falls and destroys it and be like, yo, I'm mad as fucking you, bro. Fuck you, bro.
So what? Yeah. So I told him, man, I was like, nah, dude, you're cool. But then he kind of was like, oh man, I'm sorry I didn't get you. And I'm like, dude, he was like, cause he was doing his vlogging thing, right? And I was fixing my car. So we never really unfriend you on Facebook. so I'm gonna unfriend. It's like, all right, dude. But yeah, he was doing his vlog thing, and he's like, hey man, let me know when you're ready or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'll fix the car, whatever. I was doing my thing too, riding around I rode around the MS Ibisu on my 110, and I just put the video on, and that's what I start riding around and everything. And so he probably was like, thought I wanted to get in this video, and I was like, nah, man, it's like, we'll link up naturally. I don't want to seem like I don't want to ride on your coattails or vice versa. Right. What I mean? So, and he said the same thing on his thing. He was like, he was having interaction with other drifters, but he didn't want to make it seem like clout, like, oh, I'm hanging out with Taniguchi now, or I'm hanging out with this guy, because it can get like that if you start just featuring all these faces in there and shit, and it's like, well, now he's clout chasing or whatever. So it's a fine line with it. And again, what else? It's cool with us. We ain't doing it for we doing it. If you happen to jump in out of sights of camera, you're in it. You know what I mean? But we ain't going out the way to be like, hey man, let me set up a shot to get LZ walking through the background. Like, nah, motherfucker, he was in my car, driving my car.
Yeah, like there's
back
there's
before
people,
any of y'all knew him.
There's people that I do escape their lens though, like that "Hello, I'm Jensen" dude. Like, he's kind of he's kind of the dude. I'll do this. I won't. I don't know. It's just something about him. I don't know, but.
Well, because the way they edit too, the way they'll edit it was like you, because I've seen it happen before with some guys. I know it wasn't the case because I was there, and I'm not nothing to film. I didn't have nothing, and I seen them edit it in a way where it looked like he came up to, you know what I mean, like he was following him or some shit like that. Because you could edit a video that way.
But I don't even involve like that shit. Like, so I'm helping Jose, dude that's been on Hoonigan with his GTO and everything. So his car fucked up. And so I'm trying to help him figure it out or whatever. But Jose and the Jensen dude are homies. And the Jensen dude, of course, he wants to come over with his camera. And I'm like, I saw him coming, and I'm like, oh, I'm gone, but you know what I mean? I ain't in the mix with me. And as soon as he comes, I spin off. So I avoid people like that's camera or whatever. Like, even though Jose's my homie or whatever, and we talk, but it's like once you got too many people around, like, okay, well, I can't provide much more assistance because there's enough hands. His car was broke. He needed his car pushed. Here, push it over that way. I'm out. But
the whole thing. I mean, it's weird because we do videos, vlog, whatever too. But it's like, man, some guys know when to pull the camera out, when does the conversation need to be off camera. Because that was weird. Because that whole interaction, like I say, with me, Salmon, and Matt, that was on his Twitch live stream. So I seen the camera, but I wasn't looking in the camera and rusing up. I was my normal self. Like I wasn't, and so. The only thing I did for him when he left, I did like I revved the engine for his people who was watching or whatever. Yeah. But, it's this weird, man, where a lot of these guys, I'm like, bro, you're new to the game still here, and like you don't know how it really works. But at the same time, it's like they're doing well, because they got followers and all that stuff. So I don't get mixed up in that. When it comes down to it, blah blah blah. I got a fucking reformer shop in Japan, dude. It trumps everything you're doing. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I've told the guys. I told one guy in particular, man, I was like, hey, I'm not doing this podcast with you to get your followers, man. So please don't think like that. He took it to heart because he didn't share that shit at all. And I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? We still had a conversation. It was cool. It was good. But ever since then, man, it was he tried to get some favors right after that, and I'm like, nah, son. I'm like, you can't ask me for no favors. And I mean, I didn't ask you to share, but it would have been cool if you would have shared, whatever, to kind of grow the network. But you can't. Nah, it's not. I don't do one way street type shit. It's not the way I roll.
Right.
And I'm not gonna ask you for something and then not be willing to reciprocate on what I do or my connections or whatever. So it was what it was and everything. But we ain't really talked since. But it is what it is, man. So he really thought I was joking about that. I was like, hey, I ain't doing this for your people. You know what I'm saying? So
shit just be what it is, man. And that's how I see it. Yeah, it just is what it is.
Now, I see it even with the dirt bike shit, man. It's like all the motocross guys starting to vlog now. So like you'll have all these different guys and different. There'll be an event and there'll be like 80 cameras out there, man. Like it just.
Oh yeah.
Like that one LZ Invitational thing, it was this number of vloggers and influencers. I'm like, dude, that had to be the most fakest fucking environment ever, dude. And it's not a knock on LZ, but it's just like when you got all those names there, it's like everybody got 1,000 cameras on at all times. Like you can't have a real conversation. Yeah. You can't say some things because you don't want to get out there or they got to edit. And it's like I would that environment I wouldn't like, man, because it don't feel real. It don't feel real to me.
Did you see there was a photo, David, I forget what his name is, but he used to shoot for AM Drift. There was a photo at this last event that these guys had in Arizona or Vegas or something. There's a drift car riding a long sweeper. There were 7 drones flying above this car, all trying to get the same shot. Yeah. I was like, yo, I'm about to start applying for air traffic control because there was far too many drones in that small area right above his trunk. And that's kind of like, that's what I feel like the vloggers look like when they're all trying to capture the same thing. And it's all camera. That's why, like, most of my filming and stuff that I do now is just what I wanted to film, and then I voice over, or I'm in my garage speaking, and then that's it. Because it's like I'm not a typical vlogger, and it's just really me documenting stuff. So I'm only documenting what I need to do.
Yeah, like this, the joint right here. Like I just had the thing on my head, and like I wasn't like the cop. Like that's all organic shit. Like I couldn't get the damn fucking pole in there. Then it's just I just had it on running while I was doing the tire change and everything else. But I was now we're gonna change the tire, but I did. I kind of like I watch it back, and I'm like, why the fuck am I explaining like what I'm doing? Like they can see it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's one habit I try to break because it's just I used to instruct in the military. So like you tell guys, hey man, next week we're gonna do the back, we're gonna do this. So you get used to setting up what's gonna happen. And then that kind of trickles over into like, and because I was labeled as a good instructor, I can teach effectively somebody how to change a tire, how to do this, how to do that, without being too wordy. And then I gotta realize like, hey, this is not instructor mode. I'm on YouTube or whatever. So, but this is just me asking to do like tire shop, blah blah blah, and whatever. So yeah, man. So like that whole like let's go like it's a lot like I mean for as much shit as I showed right here, I cut out so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't show when I went into the store and took a pee or I got a Snickers. You know what I'm saying? Like
you showing that shit.
That's a different like first person view. You just see the stream coming out and shit.
First person of a piss. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, but it was cool. It was cool. And the thing is, I had the like. I will put the camera on like my chest or my head, and most people don't even look at it. It look like a flashlight or a headlamp, and they don't unless they see the red light going. One guy's like, "Oh, aka light." The red light was flashing.
Yeah,
it's recording or whatever. But if I'm talking to somebody, I'll turn it off. Like I don't, the cop was different. But if I'm talking, have a conversation like with Matt or whatever, or anybody out there, I'm not going to record a conversation because number one, that's intrusive. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird to record a conversation and then like you just see the dude stand up to the side of the camera in his hand, man. It's just, it's a different culture, man. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But cool, man. But hey, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I know it's getting late. What time is it over there?
8:30.
Shit, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's 12:24 p.m. here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here and I gotta get some knuckles changed and new injectors and coil packs. So I'm getting a misfire, but yeah, man. But all right, guys, again, man, thanks out there for tuning in. This was FD. The number is wrong. It's actually podcast number 142. I put 124, so I put it backwards. So it's 142 episode and everything. So we'll be on it again. We're trying to get the dude Chris who we were talking about. Trying to get. Well, talking, not about, but of whatever. So we're trying to get him on here and expand on his views, man. First, I asked him if he's high or not because that's going to determine how the podcast goes. Because that dude was baked in that video, and that was part of the reason he probably kept forgetting what he wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But cool again, man. As always, thanks Lex for his time. Again, that was FD qualifying for tomorrow. So again, guys, just do what you gotta do. We almost seem like the Corona stuff is subsiding. Like they're not really talking about it too much. So get that money ready, set up, and everything. Like Lex we was talking about. Anybody that's looking to come over here, definitely be coming here. I got cars, I got some bikes, got a motocross track right down the street, got the beach right there. So we definitely could do so. All you gotta do is show up, and I got everything else set up, man. So if you're looking to come over here, just give me some lead time. Just don't show up like out of the blue.
Nah, yeah, be like, yo, what up?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm down in Tokyo, man. You wanna come pick me up? Like, yeah, that's 8 hours away, man. I mean, I could
know, right?
I could do that, but if I had some planning, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, man, if you guys looking to do that, hit me up down at pinkustyle.com. Again, check out Lex. It's going to be Lex_King_24 there on Instagram, and also check him out on YouTube, KOE Family. So Kings of Recreation. Yeah, Kings of Recreation.
Or Kings of Experience. Kings of Experience, yeah.
Kings of Experience.
Because recreation was what we started at. Now it's just experiences.
Hey, man, Carlos said he's going to buy you a pizza, man. Like, only thing, man, Carlos, don't buy that shit with the mayonnaise and corn on it. Like, Japanese be fucking up some pizza, man. Like, I love it here, man, but they be doing squid and all this other shit. I'm like, nah, dude, I just want pepperoni sausage, man. That's and yeah, man.
Yeah, I can't do all that shit. Just give me the basics.
Yeah, man. So yeah, they got all that stuff in there, man. But cool. I got the base right too. So I just had steak and all that stuff from base the other day, man. So good stuff, man. Again, thanks, Lex, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Carlos and everybody else is coming in again. It's gonna be organic. I'm not gonna buy any bots and do stuff like that. So the views and everything is organic. And again, like I said before, this is for my people who follow me. My bad. People who follow me, my kids or whatever. So so what you see here on this podcast, whatever, is what you're gonna see and talk to when you meet me in person, man. There's no acting. There's none of that bullshit, man. There's too much of that fake stuff out there, and your favorite person out there probably is not the same person off the camera in front of you. Probably like is a bland, no attitude, no persona, none of that stuff, man. On camera, they all jazzed up because, like Lex said before, a lot of those guys at their vlog, man, they got to psych themselves up like, oh, man, we getting ready, man. Oh, this is going to be this guy coming from this guy, blah, 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 and we're doing this today. And off the camera, they're lame. So, yeah, Alan, man. Alan came over and fucking grill master him out. Like, I'm like, hey, man, you want to run a grill, man? He comes over to my house running the grill and everything. So I was like, cool, man, I ain't got to do that shit. So now we had some good steaks the other day and everything, man. A little Golden Week thing and stuff like that. So raw and uncut for sure, man. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Pinku Style everything, and I will see you later. So G'day sign out from Asawa, Japan. Pinku Style, and then we got my guy Lex sign out from Richmond, California. That's CA, not VA, and everything.
VA, not VA, baby.
All right, see you guys later. Peace. That's weird.